Test. Testing.
Test.
Testes.
Oh.
Testicles.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to Clockwise Dungeons, where we're just chilling, really. We're just vibing with it, we're having this great time. Just doing our thing, moving along, cracking on. Oh, the campaign. Sure, yeah, I guess we'll do that then. I wish. Can you imagine? Actually, I made that picture of Woo Woo once that was pretty much this much vodka. It was could melt your teeth off. Okay, so our valiant party were moving eastwards towards the small hamlet of Bridget, looking for a soul anchor that they believe is situated somewhere in the town. The town of Bridget, unfortunately, though, has been completely overrun by goblins from the Isles of Ib, which you can see, boom, there. These goblins have taken advantage of the fact that all of the people of the town mysteriously disappeared a while ago, and they've moved in to claim the town for themselves. Our heroes have been sent north to find out why people are missing, not only from Bridget, but from folks even below it. They have figured out that there is a ghostly presence known as the Ostrina Macabre, the Flaming Carnival, which is moving its way down the coastal road, taking people as it goes. So, to Bridget we go to get that soul anchor, to make the Ostrina Macabre vulnerable to physical attack, so that we might save the town of Walden's Crossing before the festival gets there. That's probably the best summary I've done, don't you think?
Yeah,
that was
taken
good,
notes on what you've just said.
What, have I reminded you of stuff?
I was like, I need to remember that name. I'll write that down again.
What we were doing, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, remember?
Oh, I already knew that.
The party were waylaid somewhat, having to dip into the Crystal Woods because Zeit got himself trapped in an alternate universe, in the space between realms, the Void, and he had to be rescued from there. A quick detour up the Crystal Woods, a small detour again with the Stone Keeper and his tails, fighting a Cyclops, getting through
The easiest fight.
the political tensions in Fort Hammerhorn. We had an episode of The Bill where everyone got interrogated by the police. Escaping through a magical door, which teleported to the top of a mountain where they met a dragon. This is very D&D, isn't it? I'm pretty impressed, actually. They met a dragon. Moving down, they were attacked suddenly by the beast in the bushes that they heard about before, thinking it to be the Hollow Wolf, a void creature that had been released earlier. However, it does appear to be something else.
Completely forgot about that bit.
An old friend of Ash, Extran, enraged, with a large double-handed sword in hand, thrust forth towards the party. This music's really loud. Let me turn it down a second. It's very pleasant. So just so you guys know, we won't be chatting with chat until if you've got questions, there's a halfway point at about 9 o'clock, so about 2 hours time. And then at the end of the stream, if anyone wants to chat, we'll be here to chat a little bit. Yeah. So with that, we shall begin.
I feel like you're going to ask us to do something, and I think I know what that is.
Don't you talk about?
I don't know. I mean,
roll initiative.
Do I not get to do my thorn whip?
You do,
that I was,
actually.
in the middle of.
You were in the middle of something. The blade is coming basically directly towards you. You've seen the look on Extran's face before, the blind rage that he's sometimes cursed with, as he lunges towards you.
Yeah, so I want to thorn whip, and I
Yeah,
want it
you
to
did.
wrap around his blade, and I want to try and yank his blade away from him.
That's interesting. Okay,
ooh.
that's interesting. I'm going to need two
You-
checks off you for that because it's quite complicated. We're going to go for an Arcana check. No, a
Okay.
Nature check to see, because it's natural magic, to see if you can control your magic enough to wrap around it, and then I'm gonna need a strength check versus his to see if you actually pry it from his hands. Let me get my dice because I've made that mistake again.
My nature check was a 13.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to wrap your vine whip around the sword of Extran, the large blade. Luckily, your magic's strong enough not to be
And
cut
then just
in twine.
A straightforward strength check, did you say?
Yeah. Let me just get someone's stats up.
I'm guessing after this we can all then
18.
roll initiative.
We'll roll initiative after
Nice.
this. 18.
Nice.
Very nice.
Super strong. I like it.
Very nice.
Okay.
Good rolls to start this session off. I like it. Good, good, good. No
And he
pressure,
actually
everyone.
does get less than that. He gets 10. And the broadsword is whipped out of his hands. You can see instantly the claws of his hands shine as he's dude's ready to go. Unless there's anything else you want to do real quick, we'll give you a brief moment in this hesitation. And let's get some better music on.
At this point, I will take the. Did we short rest?
I think
You had a long rest on top of the mountain.
We
Actually.
had a long rest, didn't we? Okay, I'll
Yeah,
take the
yeah,
time. I'll take the time to shift as well.
Okay.
'cause
Oh,
he
shift a
shifts,
V
I'll
shifter in this
It's
epic
shift,
battle.
V shift,
Let me just put
and then
some.
I'll hiss at him.
Okay.
Yes.
You go. Well then.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Mhm. Pretty.
We're into the thick of it, everyone.
8 on my initiative.
Nice.
Okay.
Put our tokens down.
Where are we? In the...
Yeah.
You guys coming from the south, so just plonk yourself around where Zite is.
Oh, okay. Boom.
Um,
Then we will.
Actually, Zite and Hans got taken up, so you guys are a bit further back.
Oh, okay. So like
If you
here.
remember, yeah.
And I'm like,
good.
what, here?
You're just it's about there.
Okay.
Excuse the generic token.
Got a 19.
People rolling them initiatives, are we?
Oh, we're rolling initiative now.
Roll it.
Yeah.
17.
Nice.
So, we've got an 8 from Hans. Nice.
Cheers, mate.
Zite's on 19. Okay. So it's actually Zite's go first.
Can I shout to Ash and be like, are we attempting to kill this thing or are we trying to subdue it?
You can say, "We killing it."
Are we killing it? Question mark.
And
Oh.
I reply.
I don't know if we do. We
I
have to
don't
wait
know
until...
I don't know if I can reply.
Cancel. Yeah, just a quick one. Yeah, quick reply.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll just shout, just subdue him.
Subdue. Right. Got you. Okay. I don't know if this is a thing, but can we do non-lethal damage? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
decide
You
to
can
do?
choose when you knock. You can choose when you take someone out to actually.
Okay.
Knock them unconscious or to
Knock
kill,
them unconscious
basically. So
instead,
if
yeah.
you're like doing the last hit, you can choose.
Right. Okay. So I can just attack as normal until
Yeah.
that point. Okay. So we're just gonna shuffle up. I think this way. Boom.
Yep.
I could still see line of sight.
You
I'm
can.
gonna
You have that awesome feat anyway, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast a few times. So here we go. First one is a 22. Does that hit?
22 does hit. Yep.
Okay. That's 10 force damage, and I'm gonna do my feat to push it back as well.
Okay.
just see how far I push them back.
10 feet, right?
I'm gonna say it's 10 feet, but just want to make sure. 10 feet away, yes. So they're pushed back 10 feet, and I'm gonna do another Eldritch Blast. There's a 24 hit.
24 does hit, yeah. It's going to be one of those days.
That's another 11 force damage, and I'm gonna push him back 10 more feet.
And that's not once per turn. Oh, no, it's every time we've already been through that, yeah. Yep.
Every time, yeah.
Once per turn?
Once per turn. I like it. There we go. And...
yep.
and that's my go.
Brilliant. So yeah, the 2 Eldritch Blasts come out, knocking him substantial 20 feet back. That's a distance, man. It's like...
I did. So I like to think,
Once... Okay,
You're welcome.
So...
Sorry if that's messed anyone up, but I was like, if we can get some distance, we can try and at least think of something to subdue.
I've done it,
Yeah.
So, he runs straight towards Ash. It looks for a moment as if he's going to attack you, Ash. He doesn't. He skips straight past you, and he actually takes his dash action to get here. You get an attack of opportunity on him as he runs past you. So, just so you guys know what this guy looks like, he's about in shifted form. He's about 7.5 foot tall. You can see a thick layer of jagged fur on his arms, strong muscular arms. He has 2 long hair-like ears, a mouth full of fangs, and 2 very large claws.
So my attack of opportunity, I'm going to try and use my Thorn Whip again.
Okay.
To trip him. Can I try and trip at his feet?
Yeah, we'll go for it. Why not?
Yeah.
You try and knock him prone.
I'm gonna try and knock him prone.
Okay. If you want to try for that, we'll go. I'd say it'd be at a disadvantage because you're trying something tricky.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So what? Do I just roll an attack then?
Mhm. Okay. Basically, as he's running past you, the Thorn Whip comes out. Oh, actually, no, you can't. Sorry, you can't. You can't do any. You can only do a standard attack on an attack of opportunity.
All right. Okay.
It's
well,
only
I'll
a standard
just
attack.
take
Yeah.
a Thorn Whip attack then, as he comes past me.
No, you can't. You can only do a standard attack, like a weapon attack.
Oh.
Yeah. No spells.
Attack.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Do I even? Okay, that's fine. Do I even have a weapon?
You have a staff, don't you?
I have a scimitar actually. Yeah, there we
Scimitar.
go. There we go. 15.
So 15. That was my bad. Sorry. That actually does hit.
Okay.
Nice.
So, he'll take 8 slashing damage.
Okay. As he takes the damage, you've seen this many times before. He seems somewhat resistant to physical attacks when he's this enraged. So he actually only takes half that damage. Hands, you're up. Wait, no, Ash is up. Sorry, it's Ash's turn.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to I'm going to try and run up. And can I get in between them? Is it possible?
1, 2, 3, 4,
There?
5. Yeah.
Can I get in between them?
Yeah, 6 spaces.
I'm gonna. So yeah, I'm gonna run in between them, and I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another attack.
Okay.
And I'm also going to like shout, "This is madness! You know, you shouldn't be like this." And then slash at him for 23 to hit.
Yeah, 23 hits. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it already.
That's also 4 if you take his resistance into account.
Okie dokie. So yeah,
Control yourself.
just a slight trickle of blood drips down his arm as the scimitar comes up. It is Hans' turn.
Okay, I'm going to move to there.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And I'm going to attack with Lurk Bane.
Mhm.
So here that goes. No.
So he just manages to sidestep the blade as it hits the dirt.
I'll use my next attack.
Oh.
24.
24 hits.
Okay, I'm going to.
Oh.
No, you better believe I'm going to.
Oh god.
Use my divine smite on this as well.
Okay.
So let's just roll the attack. I'm going to do it at second level.
Okay.
Let's go big. So 5, and then 2d8, 3d8.
3d8. Oh my
3d8.
Not-
So he's only taking 2 damage from the actual physical attack.
The divine smite will do
And 11 damage, very nice.
a bit.
Radiant damage of that.
Radiant damage, yeah, he takes the full damage. So your sword comes in, you manage to get him on the leg, and then just a powerful glow shoots down the blade, and you see it almost takes him off his feet. He is going to use his reaction as you have ended a turn next to him.
Okay, do I do my bonus first, or do you use reaction first?
Oh yeah, you can, yeah, sorry, my bad.
I'll start with my bonus and
Nice.
activate Freya.
Okay, so Frey comes out, detaches from your back, comes around. He's going to use his reaction to move 10 feet, like that, without taking attack of opportunities, as that's his shifter
does.
trait. And he's going to do nothing because it's Zite's turn.
Yeah, so I'm a bit worried about this, so I'm just gonna Misty Step out the way.
Yep.
Where is it? I'm just gonna. So I'll display that.
Yeah.
Use it.
30
There you
feet.
go. I'm gonna go 5, 10, well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So you hear a snarl as Zite disappears into a purple mist and reconstitutes.
Can I,
in the
before I
distance.
go, I'm just gonna wave goodbye to them and just pop away because I know what the plan is. And I'm going to also. So it's my bonus action, so I can't use a spell now. Okay. As my action, I'm going to do 2 Eldritch Blasts again.
Okay.
So first one is to miss. I'm guessing
That
with
does
a
miss,
9.
yeah. He manages just to sidestep out the way real quick. He's kind of eyeing you a little bit because he's just seen you move. And he's a bit frustrated he didn't get to draw blood.
It's alright. Second shot. It's an 8. Oh
That's
my
It's
god.
another miss. It actually just hits the dirt by his feet. It is his go. He lunges forward towards Hans. If I can find the right tab. Whoop. And he is going to...
I'm like, he went that way, he's over there.
Hey!
So he's actually going to do 3 attacks
Oh my god.
with his claws, just kind of ripping at your armor. The first one is a
I'm gonna
18.
use a reaction. Reason reaction.
Yep. What's your reaction?
Anticipate attack.
Okay. So where are you moving to?
Where should I? Well, I get 15. There.
Okay. So with you out the way, he's actually going to take his other 2 attacks out on Ash because he can't move to follow. Sorry, Ash. That is a nat 1, and he face plants into the dirt. He goes for hands, and he just seems to shift kind of supernaturally out the way, and he just kind of stumbles, falls over, and he's actually not prone at your feet. Ash.
Ooh.
That is his turn, and
Get
it's your turn,
advantage
Ash.
on attack rolls on people who are prone, right?
If you're next to him.
If you're next
Yeah.
to him, don't if you're, you get
Disadvantage.
if you're far away. Don't you?
Yeah, disadvantage at
okay.
range.
Okay, so this is. I mean, he's on the floor, and I just kind of want to like try and see if I can restrain him down.
You want to grapple him?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
That's a strength contest. So do you use your
I'm not
athletics?
gonna win. I'm not gonna win, but as I do, I'm gonna shout. I'm just gonna shout, "Control yourself, Extron."
Okay.
8.
He gets a 19. So
Yeah.
as you go to grasp him, he just powerful back legs of the shifter just kick you off. I'm gonna make another roll though to see if your words got through to him. There's that wisdom. Not very good wisdom wise, so it doesn't register your words. That is Hans's go.
Okay. I'm gonna move to there.
Okay.
Just about make it. And I'm gonna cast Bless at first level
Okay.
on the 3 of us.
Oh,
Very nice.
nice.
You all become blessed with the holy light
Oh.
of Hans. There you
You're
go.
welcome.
Hans is holy light.
What a
And then
gracious
as my
paladin.
Bonus action, I'm going to channel divinity to recover one of my 2nd level spell slots.
Yep, sounds good. Does
And
it not have to be a first level?
It says no more than 2.
Brilliant.
No
Okay.
more than 2nd level.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can do up to 2nd level.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check.
Brilliant. That's your go then.
Okay.
It's a very tough buffing.
Zeit, you're up.
Lovely. Since they're still prone, I'm gonna get disadvantage on range attacks.
You are.
Or does that get bypassed by
No, it's that's
No,
still.
sharpshoot
full
doesn't.
thing?
Yeah.
Right. Instead, I'll use Mind Slither.
Yep.
Instead, because that's an instant and it's an intelligence saving throw that they have to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
What's he?
14.
He gets 5. So
Yes. So that's 10 psychic damage that
Very
will
nice.
take. And I'm gonna say, before I do it, I'm gonna like, listen to Ash, get it together. Hopefully that'll help as well.
does it have a secondary effect? Mind Slither? Like, is it a disadvantage at something for a turn?
The next
feel
saving
like-
throw it makes, and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before
Brilliant.
the end of your next turn. I didn't even realise that was a thing, so that's gonna be helpful.
That's good.
It's got a-
Gross.
Okay. Ash, looking down on him, you can see that he's not doing good. He does, however, stumble to his feet and limp around you towards Hans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's going to go for those attacks again.
How convenient for him.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that hits.
Does it? And that's going to be... So that's 14 slashing damage from his claws. So you kind of just bypass and dig into the collar past your armour. He's going for his 2nd attack, which is a 16.
Nope.
The 2nd arm comes in and Freya, the floating shield, actually deflects it. The 3rd one comes in and that is a 23, so that's a hit. And that's going to be an additional 10 slashing damage. He's just kind of tiredly, like you can see he's almost down. He's just acting out of instinct by the looks of it. That's his go. Ash, you're up.
I'm gonna try and knock him out with some poison. I'm gonna
Okay.
poison spray.
Poison spray
That's
away.
all right. That's a Constitution saving throw.
With -4, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Minus a D4. So do you want to roll the D4 for
Yeah.
me?
Um.
And he's doing a Constitution.
4.
Oh, you know what? That just makes it. Yep, he takes the damage.
16 poison damage as well.
He actually has 16 health left, so
I want to knock
the
him
poison
unconscious.
kind of just comes out in a cloud, and you see it kind of get breathed in for him as he's panting away, slobbering, trying to get to hands, and he just wipes out, loses consciousness, down to the ground. Dead now, not dead, unconscious.
Go team! That was so good.
Okay. I'm going to immediately drop down next to him, and I'm just gonna check his injuries, and I want to check his pupils and
Yeah.
see if I can see signs that he's still enraged.
You've seen this before. He does eventually clear his rage if he doesn't keep attacking. So you actually see his form shrink down to the just under 6 foot that he usually is when he's unshifted. His muscles kind of relax. The fur subsides and turns more into a human-like skin. Claws, fangs, all those animalistic traits start to die back as he's unconscious. You can see he's fine by the looks of things. He's got a few wounds, a few scratches. Mostly got poisoned and mind destroyed. So
I'll take the opportunity to cure wounds him.
Okay.
First level cure wounds.
He seemed very angry with you, Ash. Who is this? Someone you know, I assume.
This is an old friend of mine.
Some friend.
He just wanted to protect me. I'm sorry he almost hurt you.
Is he one of your people?
Yes? He's not a druid, but he's a longtime friend. And has been looking after me since we were children.
And is there anything going to stop him from going for me again when he wakes?
He should be okay now. When he comes to, he'll probably be confused, but hopefully I can keep him calm while I explain to him everything.
Would it help if Lee and Zeit weren't around when he comes to, just while you...
No, I'd like you to be here. He needs to get used to your face. I don't want any surprises.
So, yeah, as the cure wounds takes effect, you see for a moment here.
Extra. There you
Ash!
are.
Ash!
There you are.
He tries to prop himself up but kind of collapses back down again. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Hello, looking for you. Apparently I was successful.
How much do you remember? What was the last thing you do remember, Extra?
I caught wind of some elves talking about trying to capture a shifter in the area. Figured they might be talking about you. So I wanted to get some information out of them.
Is that the last thing you remember?
So you can see the 2 elves that are dangling from the trees. Well, so it's about the fear of God incident, really.
Right, take it easy. Take it easy. Just breathe. I'll pull out my water flask and offer it to him.
Oh, thank you.
Everything's alright. I'm here now, okay?
Whenever he moves, I'm sort of like just backing away a little. Having some pretty serious wounds.
Friends, how are your wounds?
Yeah, I'll survive.
Do you want some healing?
So I'll use my magic touch.
Yes, I have a touch. It's magic
Right,
touch.
how are you doing?
I'm perfectly fine, thanks. My secret tactic of running away does help to mitigate damage every now and then.
Well. think we should probably wait here a little while until Extron's full strength.
Yeah. Should
That'll be
we make a little camp to at least make it a little bit comfier for us while we wait?
So he kind of
At least-
puts his hand into a bag and pulls out a potion. Blah, 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 blah. Glugs that bad boy down. I can never find my D4s when I need them.
So does he normally go this angry? Have you seen that happen before?
Well, he's had some.
Happens. It
He's
happens.
had some.
Did I harm anyone? Who do I go for?
He
I-
doesn't
I-
really remember it.
Anyway, shut up. Ash,
Yes.
found you. I figured you'd been captured by the elves, so it's time to go home.
I can't go home just yet.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
Look, I understand you on your adventure, but there are more important things at hand. Now you can say goodbye to your friends and we'll get them back down to Silverborough and get everything sorted out. Yeah?
You know I can't go home yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it. And you know I'm not. I need to be better.
Fuck. Well then, looks like I'm with you for the long run. Right?
We're okay. Thank you for that. But yes, we're fine. Yeah.
Who are these
We're
outlanders?
free, so you know.
Actually, these are friends of mine. This is Hans and this is Sight, and they've been helping me get to where I need to be before I can come home.
You need to be in Silverborough.
You know I can't go back.
There are
Father expects me to take over when I go back, and I can't.
There are 3 months until the ritual moon. You need to be there for it. You need to. There's no option. You've got a duty. It's time for you to come home. You've had your fun. Yes?
I will do my ritual. I promise you. I will be back, but I will be back in 3 months.
This isn't a foray into the moral veil. You've gone way beyond the boundaries. It's time for you to put all this foolishness aside and go home. It's a non-starter. There's no arguing.
I think
with
it's
this.
time for you to listen to her for a change, I think.
Please, you know Father expects me to take over when I go back. Once my trial is done, I'm not going to be able to ever leave again.
That's good, right? The whole point in the trial, you'll be prepared, and you've been more than ready. You can shift before the ritual even began. You're born for it. That's the whole point in your bloodline, right? So, let's get back to the status quo. We'll go back to Silverborough. It's doing well, by the way. People are okay.
No doubt thanks to you, obviously. You've been taking care of everyone while I've been gone.
Look, it's my job to take care of you. That's my reason. You sneaking off in the middle of the night, that doesn't help me do my reason, and it doesn't help you do your reason. We all have reasons in this world. There's a preset path, a destiny we're all on. Yours has been laid down. It's a nice easy road where you don't have to leave, battle elves apparently, get into all sorts of trouble. You know how long it's taken me to track you? I've seen the wake of mishaps you have left behind. You're getting a reputation with these people, and
Look, extra. Or, you know, I think Ash has made her feelings and her wishes very clear. She also has said that she will be available for your moon songs. So I think, you know, it's best of both, isn't it? Ash can continue doing what she needs to do now, which will save countless lives, by the way, and be there in time for your, you know, moon shenanigans. And, you know, the thing that you said. So it feels like there's a path that Ash is on that really benefits many people, and we should allow that to play out, with Ash's choice being the main driving factor. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Thank you, Zach.
That's all right. Got you back.
Jen, I'm not running away from my fate. I'm not running away from my future. I'm preparing myself for it. I promise you.
And a bloody good job she's been doing of it too, my lad.
All I'm
Yeah.
doing
She
is
saved
making
my
sure
life.
that all I'm doing is making sure that what happened won't happen again. Because I
You're
don't think I could.
going head first into danger. What happens if you die?
You won't die.
I mean, you can't promise that, Zeit.
Another
But if I
family
do,
will take the
well,
high chair.
no, if I die, Snow will take the high chair.
My father's gunning for the position. Again. If you're not back by the next ritual moon, he will make his move. And we know what happens when he's in charge. So,
How much support does he have currently?
well, with you gone, your father is more than a little upset with the state of things. He's not in a strong position.
I probably should have at least written word.
Would it help if you went back and regaled your people with the tales that Ash has been doing, the feats that she's accomplished while she's been with us?
My
Because
duty
they are
is
mighty.
my duty is not of messenger hands.
It sounds like
It's
your
a
duty is to
protector.
the people of your town.
My duty is to Ash. That's
Well,
my
then-
birthright. I am her protector. From birth till death.
Yes, but with no consideration of her decisions.
There is no
Issue
decision to
with
be
you
made.
protecting me, Extran. I just can't be in the village forever yet.
You're going against all
Everything, I
the
know.
traditions.
But maybe that's what maybe that's what our entire circle needs. Maybe we need to break from some traditions. I'm not saying all of them, but maybe what happened won't happen ever again if we try something different.
Persuasion check.
Uh, 8.
We are alive due to our traditions. The whole reason the circle exists is because of our traditions. Things are done in a certain way, and they have been for generations.
Yes, but how many of us perished because of those traditions? I still remember that night. I still have nightmares about that night, Extran.
We all do, Ash.
I don't want that to happen to anyone. Not under my watch. Not again. So I need to do this. I'm sorry. You can stay with me if you want to, or you can go back and you can protect our people. Make your choice. I've made mine.
I'm not a believer in decisions, although I am sworn to you. So it's yours. What would you have me do?
We could use him with the old imp goblin shenanigans up.
Ultimately, this is up to Ash. It's her decision.
No, I'm
Whichever
just,
she this.
some advice. No, it's counsel. Counsel is fine, Zach.
I think she's fine to make the decision on her own.
It's counsel.
I would appreciate your assistance if you're willing to give it, but I would very much appreciate if you went back and protected Father, and if you went back and made sure that your father doesn't do anything rash or irrational.
Your father would be uplifted with the news that you're not dead somewhere.
He would be, I know.
You're headed towards the town of Bridget, yes?
Yes.
I travelled through there on my way here.
You did?
What?
What's left of it, from what I hear.
I've been tracking Ash. The last word I got was that she was headed north to Bridget. I tracked north. I evaded goblins. I fought a few myself. Got to the town of Bridget. Ash was never not to be seen. So I headed into the Crystal Woods, thinking maybe she was heading towards one of the other circles. There's a druid circle in here somewhere. Then I got wind that they were capturing shifters, and I don't know what you've gotten yourself into, but the outside matters are not something we should be dealing with. Bring trouble to the circle.
I promise you, I'm not politically entangled.
That was my fault. It's because she's helping me that she was caught up with the elves.
It was by circumstance. I just happened to be among the party that wanted to speak to us.
Okay.
Ash has only carried herself with dutiful and very moral standards, much more so than myself or Zaita. She's been a bastion of morals, I'd say, throughout the whole thing.
Well, not always.
Mainly. She got drunk once. No, she didn't. It's fine.
Alcohol.
No, I faked it. I didn't drink anything extra, and I promise you, I faked it. It was necessary.
You can fake.
It was. It was faked.
Listen, if this is your decision, I'm not going to force you, but your father would.
I know he would try. I know he's desperate not to lose me, especially after Mother. But I'm afraid to lose everyone, including you and Father and Snow. I don't want to lose any of you. I need to make sure it doesn't happen. I need a guarantee.
There's only one way you'll guarantee that, Ash. That's to find whatever that thing is.
You know. That's what I'm going to try and do.
Then you'll return once your quest is complete.
I will return. I will still return to commit to the ritual. I know the moon isn't far away. But after that, I will leave until he's slain. And once he's slain, I will return.
I wish you'd brought me along with you.
Place.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Many a time we've snuck off against your father's rulings in the night. Border of the dragon territories to watch the stone giants sleep. Why did you not take me?
I didn't think you would understand me at the time.
Well, you're right.
I know back then I was not as capable as I am even now. And you wouldn't have trusted me to be able to make it. So you would have kept me. But now that I'm already here and I'm already doing it, you can see I'll be fine.
Well, like I said, I have seen the wake of destruction you've left in your path, and I have to say it has been quite impressive. I don't know, Ash. I'll head back, and I'll let them know of what you're doing, that you'll be back for the moon.
I'll give you something to take back with you as, a promise. Okay?
And your new protectors, are they capable?
I don't know, we took you out easy enough.
Oh, snap. She protects us more than we protect her, but we are formidable foes.
If you're challenging me to single combat, sir, I will take you up on that.
I mean, just saying, as a team of 3, we can pretty much take out anything. As you're saying that you're her protector, taking out her protector feels like a good credential to me to say that we can look after her and she can look after herself.
We're not her protectors. We are a team.
Exactly.
Very well. We shouldn't tarry here too long. The elves are on patrol.
Well, we wouldn't have.
Got a bit tied up, you see.
Yeah. Literally. Thank you.
So I am going to hand Extran my old cloak, the one I left my village with.
Okay.
And with it a note just saying, I promise you I will return. Give this to Father. Let everyone know I promise them I will still be alive and I will still come back. Hopefully that will be enough for now.
I don't like this, Ash. I don't
If
trust
things-
these people.
I know, but if things start to go awry, send word my way and I will do what I can to fix it.
That's your decision. Very well. Don't forget your roots. Don't let them change you with their outlandish ways.
You know they won't, and I punch him in the arm.
Outlandish.
Been a while since I've done that.
He slowly walks over to his sword and picks it up off the floor. Very well. Is there anything you wish to know about this town you're headed to? I stayed up in a church tower for a couple of nights scouting it out, looking for you, but feared the worst.
We've heard it's
Right.
awash with goblins. Is that true?
All two. Completely infested.
How many? Hundreds?
They to and fro. Large hunting parties head towards the south and to the north. Some have come towards this forest, only for the elves to rebuttal them.
Any easy or convenient way into the town that we might know about? How did you get in and out?
It's a river that heads into the town, although they do have creatures in there. I don't think there's an easy way in. Your best shot is to try and sneak your way in. You don't want to alert them too much. There are horns, man-made. I'm not sure what their original purpose was, but the goblins have been using them as messages, and to I don't know what they're doing with them, but I imagine they would use them to alert all the goblins in the town if you were seen. They seem to be running out of a large brewery in the northeast side of town. That's where they drag all their spoils and the bodies of those they've slain. If you're looking to...
We can break in and kill their queen.
If the queen's anywhere, it would be in there, though I haven't seen it. Hasn't left.
She's very, very large.
We've heard she's phenomenally large. I imagine she probably can't fit through the door.
Did you see anything unusual in the town stood out to you other than the goblin invasion? Anything mystical or otherwise out of place?
Nothing springs to mind, just the toing and froing of goblins. They mainly move at night, I've noticed. It's easier to get around during the day than at night. But no, I haven't seen anything mystical or magical. The human race tends to struggle with those concepts, I find.
Very well. Thank you for the information. We will make sure Ash is okay.
Do you need supplies? I have some berries and nuts.
No, I'm alright.
Extran, you should keep your supplies. It's a long way back.
Okay. Until next time, then.
Promise.
I'm trusting you on this one.
Very well, sir.
Kind of gives you all a
I hope
look
there's
up and
less
down.
flashing next time we meet.
We'll see. If you do a good job of protecting Ash, then perhaps not.
I assure you, she will do a better job of protecting me.
So you've said.
Good luck.
Then I'll head back. Good luck on your quest and make it a swift one.
We have to.
Be safe on your journey back.
Stay safe.
And you. He kind of heads off, turns around.
Just as he's
And
leaving, just as he's leaving, I just shout to him, "Extra and wait!" And then I run up and I'm gonna hug him,
he gives
and I'm
you
just
a-
gonna be like, "Luridin be with you."
And you. You'll need it. And
Bye.
heads through the bushels and out of sight.
Are you okay, Ash?
At least he let me go this time.
You're a kind of big deal in your town. Right?
Maybe one day I'll tell you about it. No, I'm kidding. Right. Well, we're close to Bridget. I have time to talk about it now if you want to hear a little bit.
Well, if you're willing to share some, I'd be interested.
Mhm.
Well,
Sound
My-
like there was some kind of disaster or something happened.
yeah. It's kind of the reason why I'm out and about. It's difficult to explain. I don't think you'd believe me if I told you just yet, but I hope if I ever manage to get close to figuring out what they are, then maybe I can divulge.
You were attacked. Something attacked you.
Something infiltrated, festered, and then attacked.
Hmm.
They were there for years. I grew up with them.
You don't know who the culprit was.
I don't know what the culprit is. It changes face and shape every time I see it. I don't even know if I'm staring at it. For all I know, you could be it, or Zeit, or anyone. I don't know. I mean, now that I've known you long enough and I can trust you, I know it's not either of you, but I don't know when or if I'll see it again, and if I'll know when I do.
Do you have any clues as to, if you see something, it might jog your
The-
memory, or?
The only I keep saying he because he was a he when he took our faces.
Look.
Well, it's difficult to explain, but one day a young shifter boy went missing and suddenly reappeared one day. And we think that was it, with the face of one of our own. Now, the only thing I know is that they're aiming for the circles. Mahogany's circle was destroyed by them. She's the only one left.
It was the same people or creatures.
We're all of shifter blood, yes. Different types, but yes. And we all, especially the circles of the moon, we all have very innate shifting abilities beyond what you saw Extron do, more like what I can do.
Could I make an Arcana check to see if anything like people taking faces sounds familiar to like
Go.
a magic or?
You can go for it, yeah.
13.
So you know of spells that can be used like disguise self, which can allow you to take the form of another, but you know that to be an illusion. So
it's limited as well.
It is limited. You do know of an ability of polymorphism, which is to actually physically shift through spells. But you know that
wizard as well.
So yeah, that's a powerful. It's a powerful magic. Other than that, nothing rings any bells.
Yes, he's aiming for well, it's aiming for the circles, and my goal was to travel to the circles before they were destroyed and attempt to cut it off and destroy it. But I'm not strong enough yet.
I think in due time you will be, and to be fair, you've made 2 friends who are pretty good monster hunters, so I think if you do need help killing something that requires assistance, then you've got me at least. I think Hans will definitely help out.
It could be a long time before we even get wind of what it is.
When we
So
do,
I hope you're with me in the long run on this one. I've kind of grown attached to you, Pear.
and I to you.
Yeah.
As you walking through the woods, the trees begin to thin, less dense. You walk out towards along a large plain. It looks like farmland, or it was. There are many windmills in the fields. However, the ground here is mostly covered with a thin film of a brine substance, that goo that the ape goblins excrete. As you walk out of the forest, you can see as it sloshed up against the tree, with the salt inside it's crystallized, giving a kind of a white frosty look to most of the things it's covered and dried on. The farmlands themselves seem to be completely dead. The soil has been salted essentially by this substance. You can see large strands of it as they drip off of the windmills that attempt to turn in the wind back and forth, a loud creaking noise as you pass them. In the distance,
I can taste it. It's just
in the distance, you can see a small town. Downhill from you, a large spire, a couple buildings with chimneys. It's smaller, much smaller than Volkswagen. It's dark. Not a light is on. It's silent.
What time are we at the moment?
You're actually in the day at the moment, but by dark I mean
In
there's
the
no lights on in any of the houses or anything.
it seems quiet in the town.
Yeah, you're coming on noon.
Naturally,
Yeah.
Can we see the church that he referenced that he stayed in?
You see a tower that looks to be a steeple. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I think, obviously, Extran did say that he held himself in the tower for a few nights. I think that's probably
We should do the same.
most likely. See at least if we can see any patrols going, and if we can find a pattern, then at least we know. From there, we can head to the brewery. And we were told that follow the brew. I believe. What did it say? Give me a second. I have
Did
it
say
up.
that.
It's been a while since we've referenced the prophecy.
The
I'm
brew will
wondering-
lead the way, so I feel
I'm
like
wondering,
the brewery
though,
might help.
Kostuan mentioned when he told us the tale that it was in a forest nearby. Do you think we should look around here first?
Yeah.
What the anchor was?
Yeah. I mean, he did say they took them to the nearby forest. And I think this is as close a forest as we have in the nearby area.
Do you think it's also wise to try and find this druidic circle that Extran talked about in the Crystal Woods, or do you think we could be a bit too far away from them at this point to find them?
I wouldn't want to risk, especially after what just happened, trying to re-enter the Crystal Woods just yet.
Good call.
Also, I'm pretty sure with just how closed off the elves are keeping things, that they might be a lot safer than the other circles. Then again, I don't know with this creature.
If you guys want to
But-
make a check to see around the woods to see if you see any sign of anything, feel free
Yeah,
to
I'd
make
like to just
a survival
try
check
run
and
around.
uh,
Try and run
I-
around.
uh,
and check.
magic on myself.
on yourself. Yeah, how long's it last?
Can I
Well,
have a nat 20, please?
That's very good. Yeah, no. Luckily, I
Didn't even need to do anything. I'll just let Ash do her thing.
Before heading down the path towards Bridget, you have a look around the woods, and actually, after a while, you do find something. There's a patch of trees that are dead, completely hollowed out, dead. Looks like they burned. Black char, but now covered in mushrooms and moss as life tries to reclaim the husks that are these trees. As you follow that area, you find a large pit in the ground. Looks to be a dig site of some sort.
Can I just take a feel of the trees? You know, try and just use my inner nature feelings. That sounds weird. To just try and see if I can feel whether or not this is magical, natural.
If
And
you
a
want to,
kind
if you want to roll a nature check, can you see what you can read?
Yep. Another nat 20, please.
Fucking hell! Touching the tree, it's been dead for a very long time. Seems so. Yeah, you were right in your assumption that it was burned. The grass here has grown back. The bushes, but these trees. Some new trees seem to have popped up. Actually, it's that long ago.
But these ones just refuse
A few of them are just dead husks that have remained here, like
Would that be the
tombstones
cause of the
almost.
spirit fire? Do you think?
No, this is old.
I wonder if
Oh.
this is where the burning took place. We've heard the story.
Oh yeah.
This could be where the
Was it the circus got burned
yeah.
down? If I remember.
They burned it down.
It could be here.
All right, I want to slide down into the dig site, into the pit.
Yeah, there is a ladder that's propped up against the pit. There's an old cart that's kind of one of the wheels is missing. A few boxes on it, a few supplies. Looks like digging tools. As you enter the pit, you do see it's been sectioned off with string. Someone was perhaps doing some kind of archaeology around here. Looking around,
Yeah?
you do see a few things. Looks like junk that's been dug up, old stuff. You see a few wheels. You see some large hoops, ropes, old benches, kind of in the dirt, and large swaths of fabric, old, tattered, filled with holes and worms and all kinds of wriggling bugs. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you see, Ash?
So it looks like somebody's come here and dug. This is definitely the site. The cloth. Does it look circusy? The old.
It looks
Cloth.
circusy, yeah.
It
It's
looks-
red and white
The
strips.
cloth is. The cloth is definitely the macabre circus colors.
Right.
We're on the right track then.
Definitely. But I
Some
think we
good
should
news,
go
at
back
least.
and see that archaeologist.
Across the. She was
She's
across
been
the.
here.
I don't think we'd want to go back through what we went through before.
But
We've
she's
just got.
definitely been here. There's tools down here.
Do we want to risk going through the elves again?
I don't know, but she may have walked away with whatever the anchor is.
Does she have any thing on her, like any big big stuff she was carrying?
There was a giant sack of stuff on the back of the cart. Huge. It almost didn't fit on the cart. Just tied down with string.
Could just be among her wares without her realizing.
Could have a problem.
We could have walked past it this entire time. Right, I'll climb back out. No, before I climb back out, can I go and look in the dig site and maybe dig a little bit more and see if there's anything that may have been missed?
It will take a while. If you want to hunker down and dig, it'll be a few hours. There are the dig tools, so you don't need anything specific for it. Lots of shovels.
I jump in and use my divine sense in the area. I want to see if potentially if the anchor emanates.
Well,
residual magic.
You're not getting any from your detect magic that you cast. As you jump into the pit, you're not detecting any magic.
Not sensing anything. Yeah, okay, I'll leave it. Ugh.
So you can't sense anything. It's most likely not here then, which means it's most likely gone. And, well, the only archaeologist I've seen in this area.
Buckle nut.
Leela, right?
Leela.
Okay.
Well, at least we know where she was going. She was going to head off back to that town in the Crystal Woods.
Yeah.
So at least we know where they would be going. But I think we should still at least explore Bridget and see if there's any other clues there. It'd be a shame if we were supposed to go back and we could have missed.
We should at least try as well to help with the goblins.
Exactly.
Agree.
Okay.
This does set us back a little bit because now we have to backtrack, but while we're here, Ash climbs out of the pit and rolls up the sleeves of a cloak and goes, "Let's take care of some goblins."
He was fired up. Right. Shall we have a little break before we head into Bridget, or is everyone okay?
How is everyone feeling?
I could benefit from a
Shall we take 15?
short rest.
Short rest, yeah. Well, I think we will find a space where we can see Bridget, but also kind of like nestled in, I think is probably the best bet.
Yeah, so towards the tree line, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange to see a town with absolutely there's no traffic on any of these roads. No carts coming to and fro. All the things you're used to seeing, strangely just absent. It's an odd feeling.
While we have 15, Ash, if you don't mind me asking, I'm guessing the reason why you asked the Seekers for assistance was because of this creature then?
Yeah. That and I kind of wanted to take care of it myself, and, well, the Seeker I spoke to said the best way to go about it would be to hunker down with a Seeker myself and learn some things.
Fair enough. Hopefully you are learning a few things, albeit very strange things, I will admit.
Well, I mean, something that can change into anything is strange.
I mean...
Then you change into some strange thing.
Yeah, but I have limits. This is my real face.
I mean, now I can change my face, so I feel like...
No, what I mean is I've seen your real face, right? Like you can transform it for a short period of time. This thing became somebody I knew for years. Like that's not a spell. So I don't know what it is, but it's definitely strange.
I know this seems a very strange question, but do you remember how many fingers they had?
Are you okay, Zai?
History check?
Just it's something that I
Did I do a history check?
You would have noticed it. Definitely had 5
I would have
fingers.
known. Okay.
Normal
Yeah,
amount of
definitely.
fingers.
As far as I'm aware, yeah, they definitely have the normal amount of fingers. That's an odd question to ask.
I've just encountered a few strange things that are less than 5 that you should be wary of. And I was wondering if it was the same thing. No need to fret. It's something that you won't both of you won't have to encounter anytime soon, hopefully.
All right. Quick question for you then.
Go ahead.
Would I notice if it had less than 5 fingers? Would I be able to see it?
I think so, yes.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it then.
Yeah, I'd think you would be able to.
Well, if we finished playing 20 questions with monsters, we head into town.
Sorry, Hans. Are you ready to go?
I'll remember to take my short rest, and then I'm now
Yeah, make sure
ready.
you take it.
Take-
Make
Okay.
sure you take it. Warlocks
get that
need to
one-
take it.
Gonna take that one spell slot back. You never know when Misty Step's gonna come in handy, you know.
I didn't realise I get my channel divinity back on a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
Nice.
my shifties back on a short rest as well. The little shift, not the big one.
Big shift.
So the path to Bridget, the road to Bridget, is it's a fairly straight path from the forest edge. There are farmlands to the left and right, a windmill on the farm to the left, and one way further up to the right. How do you guys want to approach this town? It's fairly flat
Walls.
land.
Are there any town walls?
There
Or,
aren't
like,
any town walls,
borders?
no.
No.
It's all flat.
Right, we're gonna have to try and sneak. Well, Extron did say that it was a lot safer to travel around during the day, but you can't
Yeah.
be too cautious. So,
I think I'd
Maybe
still
we should-
rather sneak in.
yeah.
There is a large creature looming around in the farms. A couple actually. You see them spotted around, about the size of an elephant. I believe you've seen them before in passing.
Yeah.
The large mammoth-like
Oh, yeah.
creatures.
Oh, the
Slimy
Hammerhorn.
goblin.
No, the
thing.
Hammerhorns.
Oh no, the
I got
Oh,
the
the
Hammerhorn.
name.
ones-
I got the name.
they were the ones that we saw on the road to Tala, right? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, you saw a few
We saw them
Hammerhorns.
more recently than that, didn't we? Me and Ash saw one.
You
Yeah,
saw them
we
on your
saw
way
one.
up to the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah, head
They're,
we split
they're
when we were
completely
heading to you.
docile unless you.
Ah.
They're completely docile unless you piss them off and they go on a rampage.
That could be used to our advantage.
I
Did they
was just
attack
thinking that
buildings?
as well.
They
They
attack-
attack
yeah.
buildings.
So,
Yeah.
from what you remember being told, I think it was, God, it was a while ago. I think it was Thingy who told you actually.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
What's his face?
They don't like too much structure.
They basically were created a long time ago by a crazy druid who created his own creature in order to attack settlements that humans were popping up around the Great Wood. He didn't like the fact that humans were in the natural spirit of his forest, so he created these things specifically designed to take down buildings. And it wasn't until the men started to build with sturdier materials that they could resist them. So for a long time, this area was unsettleable because of them, and there used to be a lot more.
We could potentially get them to trample the town.
True, but I don't like the idea of completely destroying a town to get a mission done.
I don't, but at the same time, if there's nobody left here, according to Extron, there's no people.
Goblins
True.
killed them all. Yes,
It's,
it wasn't.
they've completely abandoned the place. I imagine they've all gone to Folksweaven.
Yes.
Most likely.
Or further north. There's some
Level.
towns further north.
It's an option.
We should
Certainly
level it.
could be an advantage to having the creatures here. We could use them somehow, I'm sure.
I think that should be an idea that we can use. But I think we should wait until we have a plan of attack, I think.
Yes. It's a
If
very...
only I knew that spell Mahogany knows, but it's way beyond my means.
What is the plan? Observe.
I think
No.
we should probably hunker down in the steeple of that church and
Yeah.
just watch for a little while. We'll sneak in because I can't be too careful. You never know.
Yeah, I'd rather us sneaking it, like, personally.
Yeah, you can never be too cautious when it comes to goblins. They might have a few just hanging out in the daytime. They don't all sleep at night, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And it'll give us an opportunity to at least see how many Ib goblins there are. And see if there's any strange activity in the town, at least.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's probably our best plan.
Okay.
We've also not seen any sign of our wolf friend yet. That may yet show.
Well,
True.
when they mentioned a beast in the forest, I thought it was potentially that wolf, but it turns out it was Extran.
Another idea I'm playing with is that there are 2 islands of Ib. If the goblins come from both of them, then we might be able to convince them that they've been, name calling each other or bad mouthing one another. The 2 different islands. Maybe we could incite some kind of rivalry or civil war between them.
Well, you and I
True.
both speak Goblin, so...
Isn't
Maybe
there
might be an
isn't there a settlement on one of the islands though?
Just want to give me a history check because I believe the information has been there in the past.
13.
13.
Hans will know.
So you actually do remember being told that there's a human settlement on the southern island of Sib. The northern island is completely covered in Ib goblins that constantly try and invade Sib. So there's a constant struggle there.
It would be nice to know how they managed to keep them away.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that might not work then.
Yep.
I think we've got a solid plan for now, at least. Do some reconnaissance, maybe. Find
Well,
out if there's any...
you both speak Goblin, so you'll be able to understand anything they
True.
talk about. So maybe we can get the drop on them if we can potentially listen to their plans, where they're planning to go, what they're planning to do.
And Hans does seem quite adept at military tactics, so I think
Recon!
if we can...
Let's do some recon!
Okay.
We listen to anything that they do.
So the question stands: how do you want to approach the town?
Right, let's
I
sneak
think
in.
Sneak in, definitely.
Sneaky boys, give me them stealth
Y'all
checks.
ready? Y'all ready?
Is there any particular path you're trying to cut as you head towards it? Because right now you're on the main road, on the road
Yeah,
that
not on
heads.
the main road, I'd say.
So you're gonna
Nice.
wow, pass without
Nice.
trace again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Hate that fucking thing.
You said it was pretty flat, didn't you?
It's
Like,
it's very
in terms
flat.
of the
It's a
terrain.
slight decline. In the distance you can see the ocean. It seems to just lower and lower towards the cliff face.
26. I'm a stealthy boy. I've got my hood up and everything.
14,
We've got
26.
14, 22, and a 26.
I know, 21.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I think if there's obviously not on the main road. I feel like sneaking on the main road is probably redundant. So I think a little bit off, cutting through
Yeah.
a little bit of. If there's
We'll
anywhere we
try
can
and-
kind of like sneak,
Amongst the
yeah.
buildings wherever we can as well.
Amongst
yeah.
the
There's a few farm buildings,
what
a few
what's
bushes,
left of the
but,
crops, that
yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay,
yeah.
so you guys head along the left side as you jump the fence into the farmland. Yeah, you can tell that this area has once been covered in the Ib goblin brine, that kind of bile brine that they regurgitate. Long since dried in the sun, it gives a foul, pungent stench. As you walk, you can actually sometimes hear the cracking under your feet of the salt crystals, kind of crack like ice. As you walk through, it kind of clings to your shoes, to the bottom of your capes.
I can't believe you've tried to eat this stuff, Hans.
I maintain that on fried potatoes,
Oh,
it would work.
just No.
Like they thinly cut, fried, a little bit of ip brine. It would work, I'm telling you.
Ash is like completely silent because she's worried if she tries to open her mouth, she will vomit.
So slowly making your way east, bit by bit. It takes you about half an hour to get to close to the border of the town. It's much bigger here. From where you can see there is a small stream that Extran mentioned. It's kind of weaves between some of the farms, separating them. It comes off of the forest you guys came down, but it started much further north and it kind of weaves its way down towards the town.
Before we start moving any further, should we go into there? Because the Extran did say that it's a very good way to get into town, even though
He also
it could
mentioned that there's
potentially
now
be
creatures
goblins.
in it as well.
He did.
He said you could take the river, but there's now creatures in the river too.
I think you should avoid
Fair
it.
enough. Fair enough.
Well,
From here,
Sounds
you
alright
can
to me.
see there is no town wall, as you've seen in previous towns along the coast. As this town's a lot newer and hasn't had to defend against Hammerhorns. There is a few towers along the edge, like outpost towers. Do you want to give me perception checks to see if you can see if they're manned or not?
yeah.
Yep.
22.
Well, that's a good one.
19.
19 as well. No, 12. What? I read yours before I read mine.
It's alright. You did get a 19, but just
I did, but that's
Not
not,
where you
my
needed to.
role.
So Hans, you do notice a couple of these smaller kind of goblins that you've seen are on the southern tower. There is a large brass horn next to them. Essentially, it's almost comically juts out of this tower. You're not sure the reasoning behind it. It doesn't look to be goblin made. Other than that, you don't see much movement in the streets from what you can see. Zeit, you're looking. You actually notice further south, along the road, coming just around a hill, probably about 2 miles away, a large collection of horses, something on horseback, seems to be marching north towards the town.
that might be the might be a raiding party at least. I'll mention that to the team and maybe suggest going a bit into town, trying to obviously dodge the ones higher up that are doing a bit of scouting, I think.
Yep.
A little part of me wants to see if we can attempt to do something with that horn to potentially stop them from claiming, getting reinforcements.
What,
maybe
you
that'd
mean,
be-
like try and break it or something.
Potentially, or at least sabotage it so that if they do attempt to, then,
What's it made out of?
Brass.
Is it wood? Is it brass? Okay.
Hmm.
Can't burn brass.
Can't burn brass.
You can probably put something in it to stop it from blowing a noise, though.
I mean, you could probably like stuff some rags into it, sure, but they'd know that, right?
I mean, I don't think they're very intelligent creatures. We have really noticed that. I mean, I know we did try and, we failed to get into Yer's tower, but we did succeed, unlike they did. So, a little part of me thinks that they're not that bright.
Concur with that.
I mean, that could be something we decide later on. It's just an idea. But I do think we should try and at least find some cover before this raiding party from the south get into
You
town.
guys managed to now getting as close to the town really as comfortable without making a proper move into it. You're hunkered kind of in an old abandoned stable. Again, filled just that film of shiny white liquid.
How far
you
away
think-
is the steeple from here?
Yeah, do you think we should make a dash?
Steeple
for it?
appears to be on the other side of town from here.
Oh, that's a long way away.
Damn you, extra.
It's a small
How
town.
long
But
How
you
long?
can see
How long has it been since we started sneaking?
about just over half an hour.
Okay,
So you've still got your
That's-
yeah.
we have time. We have time.
All right, let's make. I say we should make a move for the
Yeah.
the
We
tower.
should maybe try and skirt in the opposite direction of that hunting party
Yeah.
that Zite mentioned.
How far away are they?
About 2 miles.
Are they
Yeah.
coming in from? Are they coming in from the side of town that has the steeple?
No, they're coming from the south.
Okay.
So you guys are west of it. They're coming from the south. The steeple is on the east.
East.
The east. Okay, so
and
we
you can see the
basically-
chimney. You can see the 2 chimneys of what looks to be a large brewery, are kind of northeast of the town.
Okay.
So at least the staple's fairly close to the brewery, so I think Action was right in giving us this clue to stay there.
Yeah.
Is everyone prepared to try and at least do some more
Let's-
sneaking to the east side of town?
Let's try and see if we can make our way to the steeple before this hunting party.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys make a short dash across the road just outside the town and enter the town itself. I don't have a full town map because effort. So we're gonna do. I have small bits
Theatre
of the
of the
map,
mind.
small bits of the map in case anything kicks off.
Oh,
But
okay.
so, you enter the town. It's cobbled streets, which are quite surprising. It seems to be nicely upkept, apart from the thick, brinish substance which is spread along the floor. It's a little bit sticky to move on. You've seen this stuff when it's thick, it's extremely slippy. This is like a thin film that more seems to have been running down the streets from somewhere else. Although it is vomited up walls, you can see it dripping off signs to armories as you're walking through what looks to be a shopping district.
Is the brewery uphill? I suppose.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Oh, do you think the queen could be in the brewery hands?
Vomiting a tidal wave of ibgoo.
I mean,
don't
at
know.
least they're making your favourite drink hands, at least.
You hear a
With,
noise.
Like the bucketful.
You hear what sounds to be scuttling from up ahead, coming around a corner.
Right.
What do you want to do?
Okay, yeah, we
Move into cover.
So you
duck into one of the shops, maybe.
dive into you dive into an
Dive into
apothecary.
an empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you open a door, ding 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 ding.
Oh.
You hear or as those who speak Goblin would hear that? Yeah.
Shit.
So you are in a small shop. There's rows of dried spices and herbs, bottles of unknown liquids.
I would be
Is-
excited right now if I wasn't raring to kill some goblins.
It does appear the window, the front window, it's kind of translucent. You can't, as this brine's been spread up it, you can't quite see through it, but you can now see 2 shapes, 2 blobs of greenish hue begin to
Right.
head towards the shop.
I'm gonna duck behind a counter and I'm gonna get everybody to try and come and duck behind the counter with me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do a new stealth check for me?
Uh-huh.
Of course we will. 18.
Nice. Oh, I did 27.
Oh, that spell honestly is so handy.
The door begins to open. Ding 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 ding. What go ding? What you make ding for? Ding. Ding ding ding. What you make? What make ding for? Yeah. What make noise? What make ding? What make ding? Why make ding? So they begin to spread in. There's 2 of them into the store. What make? Why powder for? What make? You stupid.
Can I ready an action?
Yeah, you may.
if a goblin sees me and I'm in grappling range, I'm going to grapple it.
Okay.
Can before that, can I mage hand the bell, and then make it
Yeah,
disappear as soon
sure.
as it's hit it?
Mage
Nice,
hand comes
okay.
out.
I don't know.
A soft purple, translucent hand makes its way. A trail of sparkles behind it.
Oh, thanks.
Ding 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 ding.
Disappear.
Disappears into
Yep.
smoke. What me think? So go over. This thing is defective. Defect what? Defective don't make work. No work thing. Stupid thing. Stupid you. Right. Okay. We go then. We go. Ding ding ding. Make ding now. I know it make ding now. It make ding when not supposed to make ding, not when it's supposed to make ding. They just kind of argue off into the distance as they exit the shop.
Thinking, right?
Yeah. You
Can
left
I-
just in time. I was just about to make some wind happen, so it made the ding.
Great minds think alike, I think.
Yeah.
Can I investigate the powder that they were stocking?
Yeah, it appears to
Yeah,
be
can
some.
we investigate the shop in general?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
sure.
to take a look around. Yeah. It's an apothecary.
It's
That's interesting.
a fairly standard apothecary, but it does seem to sell a selection of spices for spicing up your food with some exotic flavors. It appears that this goblin had actually pressed its face into a large collection of very hot red powder, spicy to the taste.
Okay. Nothing else. It's just spices.
It's spices. It's yeah. There doesn't appear to be any magical potions. It's oils for massages. It's stuff for headaches.
Potentially a poisonous kit anywhere in here? Probably unlikely. But...
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 17.
Still no.
Can I do an investigation check looking for anything flammable, highly flammable, or explosive?
Sure.
11.
You don't find anything explosive, but you do find a large collection of different types of oils to be used for massaging,
you're
for
pretty,
cooking, which you know oil to be flammable because people throw it off of walls at people while it's on fire, not just for fun.
Get relaxed.
Massage!
Oh.
I cast massage at range.
Mage hand, just like, oh, right on the shoulder. Yeah. So good. Okay. Surprised that worked. Do you think I could mage hand the bell to keep it steady while we open the door?
I'll just
Yeah.
hold it out of the way.
Yeah, you can do that.
Boom. I'll do that when we leave.
It holds onto the bell. Yeah.
I don't really think there's much of anything that's I'd use in here. There's
I'm
some
wondering if with the
lily
flammable oil.
powder, I think.
I was wondering if these flammable oils might be used to burn a brewery to the ground.
I mean, I have a tinderbox, so push comes to shove, we can always put a cloth in it and make our own Molotovs if we need to.
What?
Obviously, non-canon word, but I don't think.
Molotovs.
Very effective, yeah.
If you've got
Explosive oil thing.
If you've got a
Are there any,
tinkerer's
torches?
toolkit, I'd say you can make flammable bombs, fire bombs if you want. Are there any torches?
Are there any torches or matches or anything?
There's a
nearby?
good amount of matches.
Matches.
Flint and tinder as well. Lots of flint and
Okay,
tinder.
so I'm gonna like pick up a matchbox. I'm gonna take a match out of it and I'll be like, guys, why do you want to light fires when I can just make them happen? And I light the match with Druidcraft.
I'm gonna take some oil.
Okay. How much?
But
a
it
little
might
spiral of
might
oil.
help it spread.
Okay.
So take the oil.
You take 6 liters of oil in a barrel.
That is massive. Hans, you're
put
not
it in my
sneaking
pocket.
around with
It's a
that.
bulk store. It's Costco. You can only buy all that spice at once.
I need some cooking oil. Sorry, we only sell it by the liter.
Oh god.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
We should move on, I think.
Yeah, I think
so
we should
as well.
leave.
Exiting
Actually,
the
check,
door.
is there a cash register before we go?
There is a cash register, not a mechanical one as you'd probably expect because of the...
There's a place
we're
where
in
people
fantasy.
keep their sacks of gold.
Draw. Can
Yeah.
I pop that open with my
There's a
sword and
locked
just-
drawer. It's locked, so I'll have to ask for a strength check from you.
Yeah, okay.
Watch it already have been opened.
You do not manage to spring it open. You also make a very loud poof as you do it.
Can I try? Is there like a lock on it at least?
There is a lock, yeah.
Can I try and use my thieves' tools to picklock it?
You may.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh my god.
Now it looks like Hans has fucked the lock by hitting it so hard that the barrels come skew whiff.
Thanks, Hans. Something valuable could have been in there.
Well, you know, I knew that, hence why I tried to bust the fucker open.
Well, next time I have some tools. I can use them to open things.
We're done stating the obvious. Shall we move on?
So exiting the
And,
apothecary.
Slowly, can I like look both ways before like fully leaving?
Yeah,
Just
just
to make sure.
Make a perception check
Yeah.
for me.
Will do. Please be better than a 6-15.
You do notice movement
Okay.
on one of the roofs. You just see it for a split
directly
second.
opposite kind of thing.
Yeah, opposite and just up. Something's up there.
Okay. I slowly closed the door. I saw movement on one of the, in one of the buildings across from us.
Like a
There's
pigeon?
definitely something in there. No. I didn't see what it was, but I don't really want to risk it being a goblin or pigeon at this point. Is there a...
Can I put my head out and have a look? Like,
Yeah,
where we...
make the perception, man. It seems to have gone, if there was anything there.
There's nothing there, Zyd. You're being
I
paranoid.
mean, I'd change into an animal and scout, but they like to eat animals.
Yeah, I wouldn't risk that. Do we know of a... Did anyone see another way out of this building? Or is it just this entrance? Should
There's
we have a
nothing
look?
there.
Can I take a look around and see if I can find like a back entrance? or
There is a
something?
door that heads into a storeroom in the back.
Ooh,
You can
things
see
we
Oh,
didn't see
yeah,
on
here
the
with a very
shelves.
pungent smell of these spices. There's boxes and boxes of them.
And no way out then.
And nowhere out.
There
I
is
get
a back
spices?
entrance.
There's a back entrance.
You
I
want
want to pocket some spice.
Yeah, what are you putting them in?
Well, a vial, I guess.
No, there are actually bags here that they sell the spices in, so you can
Are
just
you
grab a few
going
of
to
them.
like? Are you going to like throw it at the goblin like in the eyes and like hope
Dude,
for like a?
Dude wants his Cajun chicken.
I know when spices are mentioned a certain amount of times, I'm taking away my and that this happening.
I do that with anything. I just mention anything a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I
mean,
feel like he's
you do
gonna
it
start
for
doing
women.
that now.
It's a
and
large
you're gonna
pile
be
of
like,
drugs. It's just drugs,
Yeah,
drugs,
I
drugs,
say pocket
drugs.
Pocket drugs.
I'm surprised you haven't scooped up some Ibgoblin juice at this point.
I feel
Well,
like he's
I'm doing
probably also good. No, he already has some of that.
I've
We
got,
took
Yes,
some.
you do.
I've got some.
And I feel like he'll start mentioning just like how many stones there are in the area, and you'll just be pocketing rocks.
I do like the idea of in the middle of a fight just going spice attack.
I mean, if you'd like that, Hans, I think why not?
Am I blind? Am I?
With mild
Pocket
chili
sand.
powder.
So there is actually a door out the back from the
Okay.
storage room. Looks like where they load the stuff in. It's a very small,
Can
thin
I,
storage room.
Can we take a peek out the back door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a peek out of that door, it's not a cobbled street. This is more of a muddy path. You're not on the main street of the shopping district now. You see a few houses. They've all got that kind of thatch roofing, heavy wooden beams supporting them. This area's kind of... It's a bit of a harsh upwards road. It seems to be heading towards the brewery.
These will burn nicely.
Wait, what?
Well, I'm just thinking if we have to, burn it all to the ground, the thatched roofs, the wooden beams, they should all ignite quite spectacularly.
I worry about you sometimes, Hans.
Well,
Normally
I've
that would be
seen
something
it.
I'd say, but it's a bit too
Well,
much.
Look
feel
around.
like- I feel
we might well need to level this
Anyone
place.
should say?
We're gonna have to burn it down.
What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna say to the team, I think this way is probably the safer way. The main road might have more goblins just stationed around, and I saw something,
Careful,
and I
though,
know,
we'll tiptoe through.
yeah.
Okay. As you
Let's
guys
keep heading towards
start
the
to move, you see a goblin come into view from around a building.
Okay.
Large. It sits on its frog-like hind legs as it leans back as it walks. Its
Okay. Can I-
its undermaw opens, and you see a
Oh,
thick, brine, clear liquid just pour out of its mouth. You can see it kind of
we've seen one of these before.
as it just spreads this liquid. It starts to kind of trickle down the road that you're on. As I said, it's on a incline.
So it's
And it just
so
kind
I
of
say, for instance-
sits, it smears itself in its filth, and then just begins to kind of rub around on the floor, just covering
Okay.
itself.
Anyone else craving potatoes? Or...
Oh, Hans, please.
It's about 30 feet away from you.
So obviously we've opened the door, we've looked left. I'm guessing we've looked right, which would probably be to where
Yeah, towards the brewery. Yeah.
state, and it's down there
Yeah.
towards. Okay, shit. Okay, close the door again. Okay, there is a big one. I know.
As he says that, you hear kind of like a.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear today. I think we should put this to a vote. Front or back?
Well,
I feel like potentially, maybe we could quietly take out one, whereas the one on the roof. No,
there was
if the
nothing
one on the roof is small, Zite, if you saw what you saw, I'm gonna take your word for it.
I
If the
saw
one on the-
something. I
We
may be
could-
wearing goggles, but at least I can see things.
It's moved
But I'm
on.
just wondering if potentially we could take one out quietly.
Well,
I mean, it would definitely alert them to there being something hostile around, which is not something they're used to, but...
we need some action.
We do, right, okay. I guess we'll
Fine.
go up...
If we'll go for the front, if that's what you're implying. But at least we need to be careful and watch
As
the roofs, or
you're-
at least in the top.
As you're
Right.
talking, you hear what sounds to be a goblin-esque commotion from the distance.
Oh.
Multiple
In the
goblins shouting in the distance. You can't quite make out what they're saying.
Crap. Can we hear from what, like, as in near the staple distance, or
It's
from the
you
the
can't-
south?
It seems if you're out the north door, it's kind of to the north. Well, the door you entered in is actually
south
is-
door.
yeah. It's the north door. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're going out the south, you can hear it off towards the south from the sounds of things.
Oh,
There
must
could
be that.
raiding party returning.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
But at least if there's a commotion going, at least that might be some good cover for us to make our move towards the east, right?
Yeah, we
Ash
should probably
and
move quite
Hans,
quickly.
can I have a intelligence saving throw from you guys, please?
Oh my god. Well,
20.
Okay.
or
Hans, you feel within your mind a sort of like a throbbing feeling, like a fluttering. You get quite a severe headache from this.
Ah,
You okay, Hans?
You alright?
Ash,
Something-
you
yeah.
recognise that you feel something like a pressure in your head, but you're alright.
something's influencing my mind. I don't know what.
Weird. Something felt off in my head for a moment, but I'm fine now.
Well, all right.
I look at my ring and I'm like, you say it's affecting your mind. I felt nothing.
Well, you know. You...
Well, something tried to do something, but
As you're talking, the room is plummeted into darkness for a second. As
For all of
something-
us?
Yep, as something
Oh.
massive moves past the window and on its way. And you're back into the light.
could it be the wolf? Zite?
Why would it?
You would know, right? You have
I didn't feel anything.
experience with it.
Wait,
But-
did we roll?
But you've been there and you have abilities from there now, don't you?
I mean, I don't really have that many abilities, sadly. But I don't remember the wolf doing that. I don't remember it messing with my mind. I mean, it talked to me.
Maybe something
I
else has
don't
come
think it-
through.
Can I put my head out the front door and look in the direction the thing travelled?
Yeah, so looking out and... God, I need to draw a map or something. yeah. You look out and to the left.
Looking out
You'd
to
be
the
looking
west.
Out. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You don't see anything.
Nothing there.
Do you think something else came through? They did say that the rift is very, very weak now.
Well, if it is the wolf, remember, no fear.
No, yeah.
Precisely.
We need to get to the steeple. The raiding
Yeah,
party.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
this will be the commotion that we need in order to sneak by.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think we should make our move while we can.
You hear a come
Now.
running towards the door.
Oh crap!
Ding 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 ding. A goblin comes through. Closes it.
Grapple!
Oh, yeah.
It's a very small goblin. Yeah, you may. Do you want to do a strength check?
I feel like me and Hans both jump.
You know what? I'll save you the effort. It doesn't make the strength check.
Just
okay.
like leaped at him.
Yeah, you managed to grab the small goblin. He tries to bite your hand.
Right,
Yeah, I'm
no,
using my armor to try and cover its mouth. Like,
I'm going to grab some cloth from my bag, just a bit of rag, and I'm just gonna like wrap it round its mouth and tie
Okay.
it tight.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw the thing onto the counter and like hold it down by the neck.
Yep.
I speak in goblin. It's like, were you running from another goblin?
I'm just squeezing it.
Were you running from a wolf? Ah,
It's the wolf. Good.
Yeah.
I relay this to Ash because he can't speak
Okay.
goblin.
Yeah. Well, Hans just said it's the wolf, so I'm like,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, true.
Alright.
Hmm.
Are we done with this thing?
What's in the? Is your queen in the brewery?
Okay, it's fine.
I don't think he wants to tell you.
I snap its
Whatever
neck.
it is you're asking him.
Well, okay, but from that reaction, I think it's a yes. But the fact that you just snapped his neck, I guess this conversation's over.
Goblin's down.
Goblin, gone. Spits on it.
It slumps down behind the counter.
Hans,
Right,
can
well,
I
you-
ask you a very, very serious question?
You can ask it
If
to
you-
him later. We need to leave.
I agree with Ash.
I guess fine. Well, I'll ask you back at whatever. We'll just go, and I'll ask you later.
No.
Okay, I'm guessing we're sneaking out and as quickly as we can while sneaking, go to the
I'm
stable.
hoping that the wolf is causing some commotion, and we can potentially.
I I don't remember the wolf doing that though.
Do I
Okay.
remember
Guess
it doing
maybe
that
it's-
to us?
As you head out, you do see a few goblins seem to be running around. Some are going this way, some are going that way. They're in
Is
complete
it
chaos.
proper full-on commotion going on?
Yeah, pretty much.
In the commotion, can I shout in Goblin?
Yeah.
Flee, flee, flee the wolf! Fear the wolf!
I say it as well, so I say something as well because two different voices speaking goblins, obviously.
Fear the wolf!
Flee the wolf! Go south! Oh no.
Do you want to plop yourselves down around? I can't do a marker. Yeah, right there. Perfect.
Right there? Okay, right.
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Love it when there's like maps. Oh god, okay.
Okay.
No, I don't like it when there's sick looking tokens though. They're new.
As you come out onto the main road, you see these goblins are scattering left, right, and centre. They're shouting all kinds of. There is a good flee kind of situation going on.
Good.
One of them kind of comes out, points up, and goes, "Flee the wolf, the giant wolf!" And runs on
To
him.
us.
Yeah. As you are,
Anyone gone run away?
as you step out, Hans and Ash, you hear in your head, "You shouldn't be here." As from around the corner, a large wolf appears.
Oh man, it got well big.
And
I'm guessing I actually see it, right?
oh yeah, you see it. You don't hear it though.
Okay.
Okay. You see it just plant the goblin down on one of its paws, go down and just bite its head off in one fell swoop. Its body just kind of lingers onto its head for a moment, and the body of the goblin kind of moves down towards you and rolls on the pavement, just a smear of dark green blood following in its wake as the wolf turns around and makes eye contact with you.
That's the one I saw in the void.
Stare him down.
Flee!
Remember,
Definitely bigger than I last remember.
Much bigger. It's probably about 15 foot.
Oh
imagine-
shit, that's big.
I imagine it's been gaining strength due to all of the prey it's been eating.
The fear, right?
The
It grows
fear.
on fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, very casual conversations we're having as this thing looms over your head.
I mean, I'm not going to be afraid of it because I'm not getting chomped.
Hello.
Um,
You remember us, right?
it lifts its head up and gives off a horrific screeching howl. It sounds more like a woman being tortured than a wolf's howl. I'm gonna need Hans and Ash to make some wisdom saving throws for me. It's a 20 from Hans.
Just over here,
24
mind of my own
from Ash.
business. It's
There's
fine.
24.
You see
Yay.
a lot. It's a almost deafeningly loud noise. It just seems to rile the goblins up even more. You see them kind of to and fro. This music's very calm for.
Yeah, this music does not. I mean, that's because
Let me.
we're calm. It's
How about I get something a bit better? Yeah. Hang on. Just give it a brief.
No, don't make my heart rate go up. It'll confuse it for fear.
There's one that's just literally called "Towns in Turmoil," and that just sounds great.
That sounds about right.
Sounds perfect, doesn't it?
Are we in turmoil though? Is that trying to give us a little hint as to what might happen here?
No, the town's definitely in turmoil, and everyone's dead.
Oh, that's true.
There are no people here, so definitely turmoil.
Goblins are people too.
Goblins are people too. Said the man who just snapped its neck.
Yeah, I didn't say they were good people.
The wolf. Is that making any sound? Is it?
That is the turmoil. We just can't hear anything.
Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes no music is the scariest.
Uh,
It's just silent.
The wolf leans down its head towards you, Hans.
Hello.
Greetings, Hans.
It's good to see you again. I see you've been busy.
Oh, apparently everyone's cameras are frozen, but mine
Oh,
on the old thing.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Let me change scene. Oh, yeah. No.
I'm
Oh,
like-
Zite's back.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
Oh,
Hey.
Just keep pressing the buttons.
just keep pressing them.
Hey, we're back. Thank you for the.
Hey.
Thanks for that. I'm not sure how long it was like that for, but thank you, White Tiger. Really appreciate that. So, the wolf leans its head down towards you, says greetings, and thank you for the tip on where to find such a succulent feast.
Well, you are most very welcome. Have you tried the brewery? I hear there's splendid meals to be had in there.
Tell me, Hans, do you fear me?
No.
You see a large smile spread enormously along his face. That's a shame.
I'm sure.
Your reasoning is that, of course, I won't harm you if you don't fear me.
You seem to be interested in fear. Now, I'm sure that there could be other motives that you have, but your motive or your hunger seems to stem from fear, and I don't wish to feed you.
But you have.
Yes.
Fear of all these small creatures just makes me stronger.
My enemies.
Strong enough. And poof, he gives you a little tap with his nose, knocks you back a couple of feet.
Hey, whoa,
Powerful
whoa,
enough,
big boy.
and just hungry enough to want something a little more substantial.
Don't make me end you.
What does it say, Hans?
Roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
We will leave it there for now.
Question.
As we we're gonna have a small break. We've reached a halfway point in the stream, so we're gonna have 5 minutes, get some drinks, probably have pisses and shits. So so thanks for joining us so far. If you've got any questions or anything, we'll have a small chat with the chat when we get back. So feel free to leave any. And yeah, we'll be back in 5 or 5e7. We'll say 7. Say 7.5. 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Ugh.
welcome back. I believe. I don't know. I have to wait for it to update because I can't tell. Oh. Yeah, we're back. Hang on. Whoop. The direwolf, fucking bit bigger than a direwolf, isn't it, lads?
Just a little bit.
The hollow wolf lurks overhead, casting a pitch black shadow along the floor that seems to threaten to swallow your entire being, if we're being poetic. Let's everyone roll some initiative.
I think, all have.
We did.
Oh, did you only do it?
Yeah.
Well, fuck me then.
Yeah.
I rolled it twice, but
Okay, what do we have?
I have a 5.
12.
Not very good.
Okay. The creature looms threateningly over you. Okay. And he's gonna go ahead and take its turn. Let's have a cheek check. Its mouth, the gaping maw of the hollow wolf, comes down on you from above, with fierce ferocity. Hands and it's gonna move forward as well. That would help. The giant paw in front of you, and it comes down. That's gonna be actual absolutely shite roll of 9. As it goes to bite you, you manage to step out the way. It kind of face plants into the cobble, and stands overhead. That's its go. It did a fancy bite. So with that, it's hands.
Okay, I'm gonna skirt round to this side. No,
Okay.
No, I'm not. No, yeah. And let's go. Let's attack.
Okay, go for it.
Alert Bane comes in. 12.
12 does not hit. You actually do hit the leg of the beast, but the sword just fails to break the skin as it kind of turns its head down towards you.
I'll go again.
Again, louder. 20 does hit, so you actually reel back, like you're cutting a tree down, going again, and you actually do hear a crack as you break through its hardened skin, dealing.
I'll be using Divine Smite with this, naturally.
Brilliant.
Nice.
And we're dealing. Where have you got? Let's kick off with a 5.
5 damage. Very nice.
And then I'm going to do my D2,
Divine Smite.
3d8.
Okay, so it's level 3. Is it? Roll them. Whoa! Very nice. So
radiant damage.
you so you kind of boom slice in. The wolf you hear kind of cackle in your head as you don't do much damage, and then this divine white light kind of shines from your armor and down the sword and into its leg, and it kind of recoils its paw as you deal 22 damage. Very nice. Very, very nice.
And then for my bonus attack, my bonus, I'm going to activate Freya.
Yep, so Freya the shield detaches from your back and revolves around you, ready to protect you. That's your turn.
I'm gonna. Well, if I continue moving past this goblin, will I get?
You can't move past the goblin because it's taking up that space. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm staying there then.
Okay. It is, however, that goblin's turn, and he is going to take his action to disengage and leg it. Woo!
Yeah.
He's gone.
Predictable.
He goes.
Oh my god, bye.
As he heads out.
Later.
Which makes it Ash's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna collect myself and chant in Druidic, and with all of the mighty power of Lordan, summon a moonbeam at level 3.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Okay.
Level 3.
Constitution saving throw, 14 or above.
Oh my god, yes. If that hits, I'm gonna be well happy.
Big money, no whammies. Constitution, it gets a 5.
Yes.
17 damage.
Nice.
God damn it. 17 damage, very nice. And that's just concentration
And that's just on him.
on him. Brilliant.
Yeah.
He's got to make some moves.
Is he a shape changer?
He is not.
Okay.
He's just a big fuck off wolf.
It's just
That's
a big old beast.
is that your move, or you've got a movement? You've got your bonus action.
I'll save it. I'll save it. I'm gonna try and hold this on him. I'm
Okay.
just gonna try and pin him with it.
Zeit, you're up.
How? So you said the wolf's about 15 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
How tall are the buildings?
About 30. Yeah, it's high. It's
30.
higher than
So I'm guessing these stairs here lead to the second floor, right?
Yeah, so that'll take you up to about 15 feet.
15. I'm going to get onto the stairs here, and then I'm going to misty step onto the building.
Okay. Yep.
Onto the top there. So I'll cast misty step, get that gone, and then
Very nice.
I remember from the void, my Eldritch Blasts don't really do much, so I'm gonna tap into something else. I'm gonna do a firebolt
Nice. Okay.
on the creature. So there's a 24 hit.
24 does hit. That's
Lovely,
That's
for
10 fire damage. Very
fire
nice.
damage. Yeah.
So yeah, the firebolt. So Zeit kind of runs up some stairs and apparates on top of the building and sends out a bolt of fire. You're kind of showered in embers as the firebolt passes over your hands, and you smell the singed fur as the wolf gives out a small growl as it takes the 10 damage.
Lovely.
It's its turn. As a bonus action, it's going to disappear and emerge behind this this building. And it's going to attack you, Ash.
Cool.
So here it's coming at you with 2 bites. We've got a 14
No, 14 doesn't hit.
and a nat 1. God damn it! God damn it!
Oh,
I need new dice.
Here goes.
That is its move. Yeah, fuck. But it's not in the moonbeam for now. So, with that, Hans, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move here. With my bonus action and inspired very much by Zeit's little pyrotechnic show,
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Steering Smite.
Okay, the sword goes up. In flame. We'll just roll the fire damage later.
Yeah.
For some reason, it rolls it. It rolls it there.
Oh,
like,
I see,
anyone wants
right.
that.
Yeah, okay, so now I'm going to attack with my normal Lurk Bane attack, which is first off crit.
oh,
Okay.
yes.
That
What is you people suck.
10
10. Yeah.
plus
Plus the
fire
weapon
damage.
dice. And you need to do the. Oh, has that done the crit for you? I don't think it has it?
I don't think so.
So
No.
you want to roll one of your weapon damage dice. Just roll that again.
with the modifier.
No, without the modifier.
So -3 from that 5.
So 5. So 15. So 17 damage in total. Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it
And
needs to.
then
Doesn't. It needs to make a.
No, it needs to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
Of 13.
Gets a nat 1 again. 2 in a row.
So now it's on fire.
So the wolf just the smell of singed fur. You hear it give off a snarl and a howl. Does it have to make a check? It has to take an action to put itself out, right?
Well, actually, it just says that it has to take a saving for every.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, let me just double check.
With that, it is Ash's turn.
All right.
Another
I'm
attack,
going
yeah,
to.
sorry.
Oh
Sorry,
shit! Oh yeah. He's
Oh
got
yeah,
another attack.
you've got another attack. Okay.
The man with. Wait, do you use your bonus action to do the sword?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
well,
yeah. Extra attack. Yeah. Level 5, motherfuckers.
11.
Oof.
Yeah.
11 doesn't hit. It's kind of hopping around because it's on flames, and sword just passes underneath one of the paws. Ash, you're up.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna use my action, and in a sweeping motion, I'm gonna shout in Druidic. And now move, and then I'm going to just make the cylinder land straight on it again.
The beam of light just kind of comes across the floor, kicking up dirt and dust as it goes. That slime just evaporating underneath its wake, and directly hits the creature again. Does it have to make the roll again?
Yes, every time.
Okay, so that's a nat 1, 3 in a row.
And it does 22 damage this time.
You know what? It
Oh my
deserves.
God.
Oh, wow.
It's on fire. It kind of gets knocked down by the force of the moonbeam. You can see it kind of struggling to rise up against it. Zeit, you're up. Unless Ash, you've got your movement. You've got your bonus action.
Can't move, really. Oh, what can I do with my bonus action? I'll take the opportunity to shift.
Okay.
Not animal shift, but just natural shift to
Yep.
shift.
Okay. Get those temporary hit points.
Temp hit points in there.
And that
Nice.
moonbeam's dangerous.
And that's
Okay,
my turn.
that's your turn. Zeit, you're up.
I look
You
at
see
it
a
just
flaming
getting
wolf
absolutely,
getting absolutely yeah.
destroyed. I was like, physically you're getting battered, but I think it's time to attack your mind like you do with ours, and I'm gonna mind slither.
Okay.
Has to make an intelligence saving throw of 14, or take.
It does not make the save.
Yes. And obviously, every time it has to make a saving throw, it has to also take.
It got a 0. 6 psychic damage. Yeah.
6 psychic damage, and every time that they make a saving throw, they have to roll a 1d4 and take that away.
Okay, got you.
Until the next
until
turn,
the
right?
next,
Until next turn.
Until
Okay.
your next turn, yeah.
So,
Brilliant.
if you want to do some more stuff that requires saving throws, everyone's, you're welcome.
It's the creature's turn. It has to make a saving throw to see if it's off. If it's not fire anymore. Is it the same as last time? Yeah. The Constitution save.
Yeah, it's 13 again, yeah.
Okay, and it makes it this time. So the fire dies out. It kind of does a.
Does it not lose?
Oh, it loses 4.
1d4. Have you done the 1d4?
It doesn't make it because it got 13. So no matter what, it remains on fire. Thank you, guys. So that means it takes some damage, right? 5. Brilliant. You know, it's great teamwork, guys. It's going really well. It will as a bonus action disappear again, as it is akin to do, or it kind of just phases out and where the there is, and it actually appears.
Oh god.
Here.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
It's going to make an attack on you.
I'm also going to do a reaction.
Well, it's going to make a
No,
shove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's going to.
Come on.
1 second.
What saving throw do you want me to do? Huh? What do you want me to do?
It's going to do an
I think he
attack
might just
against
bite
you.
you.
1 second, please. I need a strength,
Oh, well.
strength or dexterity saving throw from you.
I'll do a strength.
Okay.
18.
You fucker. Damn it! It actually it goes
I was
to
gonna-
push against you.
Yeah.
Actually gets advantage because it's larger than you. Much larger.
It was gonna try and knock you off the roof.
Still doesn't get it. It goes to knock you off the roof, and yeah, your blade in hand, or your
My
what is it? It's
glaive.
a
Boom.
glaive. Yeah, you're
Glaive,
basically
yeah.
prying open its jaws as it kind of snarls. It's on fire. It's not having a good time. Neither am I. Hans, it's your go. Fuck's sake.
Okay, I'm going to I'm going to cast Bless with my action.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're all blessed up.
Bless him.
Oh, bless.
Bless.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to use Channel Divinity and recover a second level spell slot.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
And then we're going to move. I'm going to just move there.
Okay. Good stuff. That's Ash's turn.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna.
Yep.
Boom! Again, slide it right
Again.
back over on it.
You see
Yeah.
it rips across the floor. It takes some of the wood off those stairs. Tiles on the roof. So
Saving throw.
as it makes a con save.
Minus 1d4.
Yeah. It doesn't get it anyway. So fuck
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Your thing doesn't even matter because it rolled
19
so
on
low.
that one.
It's fine. It's just a.
Damn, guys. Oh, I hate you guys so much. Okay. The creature is not looking good. Zeit, it's your go. Unless Ash wants to do anything else.
No, I'm good this time.
Okay.
Was that enough? 19 was enough.
Again, it's been pressed. You see it. The tiles on the roof just kind of split up and shatter by the weight of its paws as it kind of tries to hold itself up. Yeah, Zeit, it's your go.
Okay, let's see what I've got here. What have I got here? I will Misty Step down to the ground next to my friends here
Okay.
as my bonus action. I'm just gonna cast it. Where is it, Misty Step? There you are. And then I'm gonna turn around and fireball at it.
Go for it. Cheeky fireball.
13. I'm gonna use Bless, which is 1d4, right?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
1d4.
Nice memory.
2. So
ex-
15.
exactly what you needed. You get deal 11 damage to it. Yeah, the fireball goes up. You heard it. Oh! Just smack it in the face. I'd say you can just get it on its side from where it is. So you graze down its side, leaving a hot. Not that you can really see the heat because it's still on fucking fire.
It's still on fire.
It is its turn, however. It's gonna roll to see if it's not on fire anymore. It doesn't succeed.
Roll some fire damage.
That's roll some fire damage. Yep.
6.
Oh!
I love this
His
game.
rolls are on fire today.
Good one.
You can see it's shrinking in size as you guys absolutely pound it. Let me roll. What's he gonna do? Nope. He ain't smart enough for that. He's going to appear here. He's going for Ash. That's gonna be 2 attacks towards you, Ash. That's a 24 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah, and it'll also be a 20 to hit.
Okay, yeah, they both hit.
Where's my D8s? There they are. Okay, the first one comes in as 16 piercing damage as it grazes you with its bite. The fang just kind of rips down your chest. What's that? -6. So
Minus.
so 10 piercing damage to you, Ash. The second attack.
So I think that one actually gets nullified by my temporary hit points.
Oh, you do actually have to make a strength saving throw for me as well.
Oh, strength saving.
Yep.
Cool. I also
Bless.
need to make. Oh yeah, I know. Strength
Just
saving.
trying to.
So there's my strength saving throw and my bless, which is.
Yeah, you're not going to make that either way.
Uh,
You are knocked prone.
Cool.
And the second attack hit you anyway, so that's going to be another 10 piercing damage.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw now.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you need to make 2 actually, because you've been hit twice.
Okay.
So she has to get more than 5, right? I think it's half the damage.
It's got to be. No, it's at least 10. So if the damage was under 10, it's 10. If it was more than 10, it's whatever the damage was.
Right. Okay.
So it's just 10. You got to beat 10 twice.
Right. Is my bless still active? I can only use it once per turn, right?
Yeah, once per turn.
Yeah. Okay. Right. First con 13.
That's a success. The moonbeam remains.
Last one 16.
Yeah,
Nice.
come on, Moonbeam.
Fuck you. Yeah, the moonbeam stays. With that, its hands is go. The creature's looking bad. It's dripping a black ichor onto the floor where it stands. You're thirsty for it. It's its shadow instead of it's a pool of its blood.
Okay, I'm going to attack with Alert Bane. 10. No, there's no point in blessing that.
10 does not hit.
And again.
That hits.
Okay,
Nice.
I'm going to use Divine Smite
Okay.
on this at 2nd level. As well. So first the hit is 9.
Nice.
And then the Divine Smite is 3D. What was it again? 3D8. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double
God,
check.
that divine smite is amazing.
Yeah.
That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. I really love it.
14.
23 damage. Very, very nice. Hans, how are you going to finish him?
I'm gonna try and. I know he's a bit on fire, but
A little bit,
I'm gonna
just a little
sort of try and climb up him, and then using the divine smite of the sword, just go for the head.
Yeah,
It's
so
gonna shadow the Colossus this time.
yeah,
Nice.
you climb astride the hollow wolf, steadying yourself, digging your sword into its skull, dealing that initial damage. The divine pulse emits from your very soul through the sword into the skull of the beast, which then actually disappears into a cloud of black smoke, leaving with it kind of just splodges of this black blood all around. The creature is gone. Very nice. Good job. Fuck you.
Go team.
I suspected we might need to deal with that thing sooner or later,
At least it was easy to take care of.
and it's taken care of some of these goblins for us. Too.
Yes,
True.
but not all of them. Some of them may have run back to their queen and notified them of us.
Probably not smart enough to realize whilst they're running away from a giant wolf. So we'll hope that they don't do that.
Maybe
but I think this is a
I
good
give
enough time.
goblins too much credit.
You don't know their language. Honestly, once you know what they're saying, it's not that great.
Just their neck snap like little twigs.
Yeah, we need
Right.
to talk about that, Hans.
There's time for discussion later. We'll need to get to the staple as quick as we can. Use this commotion to at least get there quicker.
Okay, so you guys are basically bolting it for the
Steeple,
church.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Use it as a-
heading your way north through town, you can see the goblins are still present, ever present, but are scattered they're in a kind of frenzy at the moment, not taking anything in. There is a few of those spewing goblins that are just kind of writhing around in their filth. They're a bit too lazy to do anything about you guys as you run past them. So you just kind of slide down a wall into their own filth.
Nice.
Up ahead, you do see a large temple made of like a sandstone. Columns surround it, and a large steeple, which looks to be a bell at the top. Heading towards the front of it, big old wooden doors, open with an echo through the chamber. You can see it actually mostly untouched by the goblins. The pews have been knocked over. It is a bit of a mess in here. There's a little bit of the brine, but it doesn't seem to be somewhere that they have decided to stay. As you move up the altar towards the up the aisle towards the altar, sorry, You see a statue of what looks to be a dwarf in bronze in both hands. You alright? You okay? Oh, he's gone.
I think he is. There you go.
In both hands, two large tankards. He seems to be having a great time. What do you guys want to do?
Can I do a religion check just to see which god this temple's on?
You may. You're not sure, really. You don't know any.
I understand.
You don't know much when it comes to the dwarven gods. Maybe it's. I don't know. Do the gods even have? The dwarves even have a religion? You're not sure. You don't know. You don't know shit. You got a nat one. You're an idiot.
Someone's
Wow.
mad.
Wow.
What do you guys want to do? Are you here?
Close
Have
the
any-
doors.
Yep, the door's closed.
Can I
is there-
investigate for beer? Like, is there some beer knocking about? Like?
Yes, you may investigate. Roll it.
Is there while he's doing that, is there a way to lock the door from the inside?
There is a large wooden. You can bar it with a large wooden thing. It doesn't take much to find it, even with a 5 in your investigation. The entire back of the altar, there's a substantial amount of beer barrels that have. Some are untapped, some have been tapped.
Tap beer barrel.
You tap the beer barrel. Jump out of window.
I'm gonna pour the water out of my flask and then fill it with beer.
Okay. You get a nice
no.
frothy, heady pint.
Ooh.
Looking at the barrel, you can see it is in fact a nice batch of Pallid Dancer ale.
Ah. We all have a drink of Pallid Dancer ale just because we can.
What was it Ash was looking for? Sorry.
I would like to observe the statue of the god.
Yeah. Do you want to make a religion check or?
Yeah, I just want
See
to
what you know.
discern if there's anything that, I mean, I'm not very interested in the new gods, but 15.
15. Looking at you're not interested in new gods, but you do know of them. It's kind of required knowledge, really, for someone in your profession. But you do know that this is not a god. This appears to be a false idol of some kind. It's not a real god. In fact, as you look around, the more you look at this church, you realise this isn't an altar. This isn't pews. Not proper pews. This is a pub. The Church of Ale.
I see.
What's up? What's up, Ash? You look confused.
It's not a church. This isn't a house of worship.
It's a beer church. It's obvious.
It's kind of sacrilegious, even for the new gods.
What do you mean? The god of beer.
There is no such
and-
thing as a god of beer, and
What?
there's no such thing as this god of beer.
A little part of him is destroyed that day.
But that's what he dedicated his paladin-ness to.
That's the oath, yeah.
The Oath of Pints.
God of ale.
You're the veil. Yeah,
Well,
but no,
like a
this
drunken kung fu like paladin, that'd be sick.
that would be cool.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this,
have to drink some ale to really let this soak in.
yeah, looking at it, this is just, it's just a tavern dressed up to look like a church.
But why though? Were they actually worshipping the ale, or is a cover up for something? I don't know.
Perhaps take a closer look around. Is it if that's possible? I'd like to really investigate.
Yeah, roll
can I
investigation.
give you an assist on that?
Yeah, roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Then. As you've got the keen eye of sight helping you out.
Only 10.
From looking around, it does seem it's not like it doesn't seem to be a serious house of worship. It seems to be a gimmicky pub, probably used to bring tourists in along the road. It's been dressed up as a church. You do find some books that are dressed up like scripture, which seem to be cocktail menus. There are. It looks like there are sermons, happy sermons where drinks are 2 for 1, especially on Sundays.
You can just see Ash's face just kind of like scrunch up in disgust a little bit, and she's just kind of like, "This is, oh, I can't imagine what any real priest or cleric would think of this."
I'm like looking for nuts, like bowls of peanuts.
You do find a bag of peanuts underneath the altar. Yeah, easily.
I'm just I'm looking at Ash in an existential crisis, trying to understand what's going on around her, but at the same time, really loudly rustling
a packet of KP.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, no.
I kind of look over at him and I roll my eyes and go, "I'm just gonna go and find the stairs."
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's try and find where.
Yeah.
Oh,
There are 2 doors that lead
stationed.
towards the on the back end of the area of the temple. One of them, the one on the left, leads to a spiral staircase, which goes straight up, and another one leads to a storeroom filled with barrels and barrels of ales and what looks to be some cured meats, which have long since turned to filth.
oh. Yeah. Oh, God damn it.
Sorry, Hans. Almost had a full meal there.
Do you want one of these or what?
No, I'm okay, thank you.
We've got rations. I'll pass. Thank you, though.
These are dry roasted.
Honey roasted,
I'll
actually.
Suit yourself.
Heading up the stairs, you end up in a bell tower. It's a small 5-foot area. There is a bell above your heads, but as you look at it, it seems to be perfectly fixed. It's made of wood, but that's been painted to look nice and gold and real. But it's actually a fake bell. But from here, you have a good view of the town itself.
Nice.
It is pretty much. You can see the brewery. It's very close by. It's almost the next building. 2 large chimneys jut out of the brewery. You can see the whole town as you're looking down. In the distance, you can see the moving force much closer now. On horseback. Let's get perception checks off you two who are on the top. Hans, are you still at the bottom drinking, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20, not nat.
And only 11.
Zeit, you notice that collection of, you can't make out, what exactly they are, but it seems to be a good amount of them and are heading this way. However, you also notice from the direction you came in, a troop of creatures on horseback coming from the forest are on their way here as well.
I relay this to Ash, and it seems like the band of goblins are heading this way. Probably not likely coming to us, but probably to the brewery. But the other troubling thing is some creatures on horseback coming from the Crystal Woods, where we came from.
Can you tell?
They're too far away, and I'm short-sighted, so it's still a struggle for me.
Do you think it might be the elves?
I'd rather, to be honest, at this point, something else, but it would probably most likely be the elves, yeah.
Well,
I mean, if they're willing to come into this town to find us and take care of the goblins, then feel free. We could use the diversion to go into the brewery and find out what we can. But seems bad.
Well, keep an eye. See what we can find. If they once they get closer, maybe we can get a better view on who they are.
Yeah, I think I might stay up here for a little bit and just scout out and see if I could see any movements. I'll relay it all to Hans. He's more of a tactician than I am, but I'll keep an eye out while he has fun down there with some ale.
I will. I'm gonna take a look around up here on this top floor, and then probably set us up somewhere nice and clean and to sleep and stuff.
Thank you. Hopefully your friends left something for you, maybe. Who knows?
Well, in times of crisis, he's not exactly the most forethoughtful, but we'll see.
So heading back down, Ash. Hans, what are you up to?
I'm sort of sat at the bar drinking.
Yeah.
I'm facing the door. I'm trying to make myself semi-useful just by watching the door. I'm not getting leathered.
No, just nicely drunk, but nicely drunk. Yeah,
Tipsy. Yeah.
So how long are you guys planning to stay on in the temple?
Well, I think we could probably benefit from a rest, given I know it's not as much of a problem for Zeit, but given I've expended all of my spell slots.
It's still. You're probably getting
I
about
think it's still pretty early.
1:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So and we want to operate in the day here as well.
Yeah, we want to try and do as much as we can during the day.
We could try and do a recce up to the brewery. It's not far.
I can probably sneak there if I can. I can just do a short rest and I'll be fit to misty step out if I need to.
Yeah, it's not
Or
bad.
you guys hold the fort here.
You have a way to get in contact if you do come across any trouble.
Let's have a look. I did something while I was in the void that seemed to bring the attention of Yer, so I think I'll probably do the same thing here. You'll know I need help if you notice something shoot into the sky.
All
Do you
right.
need to take the spices, or are you feeling like?
No, I think I'm gonna just have a quick look if I can. I think it's
Okay.
wise to not go in, but I'm gonna sneak around and see if I can see inside at least. Put my hood up and try and see what I can do. But I'll have a quick short rest first before I go, just in case.
Okay. Yeah. Short rest up,
Yeah.
and we'll do your recon.
Actually, how you said it was like practically like next door.
It's close.
Like
Yeah.
how close? Like within 30 feet? Would you say?
No, not within 30 feet. You've still got the kind of land around the temple. It's been dressed up like temple lands. So
okay.
a nice shrubbery and stone path, and then on the other side, there's some land outside of the brewery as well that it's on.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll have a quick rest then, and
Okay.
I'll head on over and see if I can do anything.
Nice. Okay. So do you want to give me that stealth check as you exit the Temple of Ale?
Come on, rolls. 13. I'm okay
13.
with that.
Okay. Heading out, and to the right you see the brewery. It's quite a low building, but wide. It spreads over quite a distance. You tiptoe your way towards it. You do see, for a second, a couple of the goblins seem to be carrying bags of swag. They're kind of dragging along the floor, and they head into the front entrance.
Needed to feed the queen. I remember the first goblin Hans killed. So I'll remember that. That seems like they're still doing that. So it may potentially the queen is in the brewery.
As the door opens, you hear jaunty music from the inside, and it closes again.
Jaunty music.
Jaunty music, because everyone's having a little shindig in there.
Okay, so you said the building's quite a low building for a brewery, right?
Yeah, fairly low.
How
yeah.
high would you say? Like,
You could probably get on top of, if you were to Misty Step, I assume that's if you're saying 30 feet. Yeah, you could probably get on top of the first bit, and then you'd have to climb to get up further because they've got quite tall. It's one floor, but the buildings are quite tall because there's lots of vats of stuff. You know, it's a brewery.
Okay.
Silos.
Is there anywhere on like the ground floor that I can kind of like a window that seems a bit like? I'm trying to see if there's one that has like foliage around it, so that while I'm looking in, I'm still kind of potentially covered from goblins, maybe outside of the brewery.
Okay, so
that's my plan.
You come in. There is a small window. You get up close to the wall. If you look into one of the windows, you can see, peering in, that cloudy brine substance is completely covering the window, apart from what looks to be a pruned up pale hand that's floating amongst it. You're kind of in a bit of a corner, so you're sneaking round onto like the broad side of the building. Let's see what you see. These windows are not... They're barred because obviously they don't want people breaking into their business. But you can see, looking in one, a dark room filled with barrels. Further along, you see a cage. It looks like you're looking down at a cage. You can see the body of a man who's kind of spread amongst lots of green bottles, empty green bottles, but you can't see any further into the. It's quite dark in there, but yeah, that's just illuminated by the light. That's all you can see by traveling along this side of the building.
Okay. So you said if I Misty stepped up, I'd be on the first bit. Would I be like standing, or would I be hanging on to something?
You'd be standing on. It's kind of like a low on, like, roof that comes out the entry. But there is another jut that you'd have to climb up.
Is on that little first section, is there windows, or would I have to climb up to get to the windows?
On that first section is the Pallid Dancer Brewery iconography.
Okay. So did you say I'm on, like, if the front door to the brewery's the north, I'm on the east wall, right? No, west wall.
Yeah, you're on the west wall, yeah.
West. So can
I go around to the
front
south? The front door's the south, we'll say that.
Okay.
North. Yeah, and you're on the east wall.
On the east. Okay, can I go to the north?
Yeah, you can.
The back of the... Okay.
The back of the building seems to jut out quite dramatically here, and you can see the two tall chimney stacks that jut out from whatever room this is. You do see a good amount of piping, which kind of juts out the back as well. There are no windows here, though.
Okay. Gonna go around.
Okay.
To the
go
west.
Around the other side.
Yeah. Oh shit! It's a roll. Oh no.
Okay. As you come around the corner, you do see 3 goblins sitting on the grass.
How close? Like how far away?
So you've come around the corner. They're about 15, 20 feet away from you. They're sitting on the grass. They seem to be just enjoying themselves.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't want to risk being caught. I think what I'm gonna have to do is, let me just have a quick gander what this is. Okay, so I move back to the east side.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna miss these. I am gonna miss this up to that platform.
Okay. So that's on the south.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna use the rope of climbing.
Very nice. Yep.
So I'm gonna attach it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I don't have to attach. I can just hold one end of the rope.
Yeah, just
And
kind of
I'm
drifts
going to
up.
speak the command word, which I'm guessing I
what?
can use, like, just
Climb,
go,
whatever,
climb, and ask it if there's like anywhere to like get it to wrap around.
Yeah. So the rope
Yeah,
kind of
so-
detaches, the end of it floats, almost like a cobra rising from a
Lovely.
basket, and snakes its way up to the top. It seems to loop itself around something, and it gives a tug.
Okay, I'm going to start climbing.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to climb that with ease, and you end up on the top of the building. The top of the building is kind of shaped like this. It's very broad. It has kind of two wings on either side. The one that you curved around, and the other one. They're a little bit lower and flatter, and then it ends with two large chimneys, which goes quite high up. It doesn't look to be any hatches or doors on the roof as you explore it.
Okay, so there's no way to get in from the roof then.
Doesn't seem like it.
And there's no windows, like nothing to like peer through at all.
No up here, no.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm gonna tie the rope back onto where I saw it hook on, and I'm gonna rope my way down.
Okay.
I think all the way because it's 60 feet.
Yeah, you managed to do it. Yeah, all the way.
And I'm gonna do the command to be like, come here. And I'm gonna make my way back to the steeple, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to make your way back uneventfully.
Okay. Fair enough.
And you re-enter the Temple of Ale.
What do we have?
Nothing much. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't see anything interesting. It seemed like on the inside it was fogged up by the slime that we've seen everywhere. I couldn't check most of it because on one of the other sides was a group of goblins, and I didn't really want to risk being caught at this time. I did try and see if I could find an entrance, on the roof, but it didn't seem like there was anything from what I could see. It did seem like near the south, I believe, or the south of the building. Hopefully that makes sense to you both. I did see a cage with some bottles kind of like thrown about, but I couldn't really see anything in the cage. In one of the windows, I saw like a pruned hand, so I don't know if whatever's in there is trapping bodies again, like we saw when we first found them. But that's all I could see. Yeah, I couldn't really see much. I'm afraid. I apologize.
It's okay.
How flammable did the building look?
Well, I did see some pipes on the south of the building, and maybe that's got something going through it. Maybe, possibly, could seem quite flammable. There was two chimneys at the top on the roof. If we can somehow make our way back up there again, which with my rope I think we could. We could probably put something down those chimneys and maybe set it ablaze from there, but I'd like to see what's inside before we burn it, though. That's all I could see.
So we've got no visual confirmation of the queen.
Well, there was a strange thing. As I was making my way, I saw two goblins with what seems to be their spoils or whatever they were enter the building, but when they opened the doors, some like music was playing. It seemed
Music?
almost, yeah. I don't know if it's. I mean,
We've never heard of them having merriment.
What? So are they having some kind of party?
I mean, it would seem so. I mean, the bottles on the floor that I saw near the south could potentially just be people drinking, but that was the only weird thing I could see.
Okay.
Music playing inside, huh?
Yeah. I couldn't tell what they were taking in, but they did seem like they were large bags. I don't know if it was food or what, but they
You
were taking
guys know-
something in.
You guys know more about goblins than I do, but
I know the language. They're just weird.
do they have the capability to like celebrate in this way?
Goblins can celebrate. They can experience joy.
Can any of them play instruments?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't think Don't think I remember ever seeing a goblin play music before.
Can I do a history check? So obviously
Yeah, go for it. Actually,
yeah, can we both do it?
I say you won't even need two hands, to be honest.
Oh.
Goblins are sentient creatures. They do tell stories. They they have their own culture. They do play music if it's not the best music. They are fully sentient. They're a bit dim and prone to violence, but yeah, they can play music.
goblins love music.
Yeah, but not very good. I don't. Obviously the music that I heard. Did I think it was pretty good? Like, oh, that's quite a bop. That
It wasn't like outstanding. It was
Okay.
it was a jaunty ditty.
jaunty. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was jaunty, but
I need to
something
find a
it
way
was
to
feels.
upbeat.
get in there.
Yeah, it was upbeat. Thank you. It was upbeat. So a little part of me is thinking that's not the goblins and it's something else doing it. Yeah, it wasn't the best, but I mean, if you're being forced to play music, maybe you wouldn't really be playing as well as you'd normally did.
That's what I was just thinking. Maybe they have some musicians captive in there and they're forcing them to play for them.
Potentially, yeah.
And you mentioned
seen more.
there were riders coming from the west.
From the Crystal
Coming
Woods,
from the
yeah.
Crystal Woods.
So they'll potentially be with us soon.
I'm gonna go upstairs
Most
and I'm gonna
likely.
go and take a look and see if they're any closer and if I can make out who they are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's been about it's probably been about 10 minutes. They are closer. Do you want to make a perception check? See if you can figure it out.
Perception is not very good.
Yeah, you can't quite make it out, sadly.
I'm gonna go up as well.
Yeah. Do you want to try?
Yeah. What do you
Go for
see?
I'm gonna lock the door.
I
I'm
really can't.
when-
I really can't make it out. I think I'm stood in a weird position. This bell is like in my way.
You're like behind the bell, and the bell's in front of you, and then that way you're like, I can't see.
14. Hans, you can't see specifically, but you get a decent vibe. This probably is elves due to the small glimmering of shiny armor on the back of the horses.
How many of them are there?
About 15.
Yes, I believe they're elves. They've come for us.
They've come for us. You think?
Yes. I think so. They're probably tracking us from the fort.
But also, didn't they mention that they were
But we
sending
disappeared.
raiding parties to sort out the goblins?
Yeah, because we disappeared completely from the fort, and they don't know where we went. I don't know how they'd managed to track us.
They knew we were heading to Bridget. They knew that's where we wanted to be.
Yes, but they don't know if we got there.
Exactly, which is why they might come and look for us here. They're either coming to attack the goblins, in which case 15 of them, it's a little bold, and they're pushing beyond their realm of interest.
And they
Or a
might.
hunting party looking for us. But we disappeared without a trace and probably left a little bit of a mystery as well as a bloodbath behind us.
And no tracks, so they don't know really.
But they knew that this was our destination.
Let's keep an eye on them.
If they're here for us, there's a potential for us to trick them. I'm thinking if we make it look like we're in the brewery, we could send them in. Let them do our advanced scouting for us.
Trick them
Kinda
into
like
going
that
into
plan.
them. What maybe? What do you mean? Like lay some tracks down to make it look like we went in?
Exactly. Maybe even be a little bit clumsy. Not too clumsy, we don't want to be obvious, but if we can make it look like, leave some of our equipment on the run up, make it look like we've camped out in there, they might go and storm it.
I also think a little bit of fire would draw someone in regards to battle. So,
Now you're talking my language.
obsessed with arson. I'm a little worried.
Can
you
we
you estimate
figure
they'll
out how?
you'd estimate they'd be
Sorry.
here in about 2 hours.
Lovely. I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Do you think we have time to lay a false trail in 2 hours?
It's
With
only
all the
around.
goblins running around?
You'd probably have a better idea than us. You've been up close.
Potentially. I mean, I have some ideas.
Well, our options are we wait it out here, we attack the brewery, or try and cause some damage to the brewery and hope to be able to get some kind of validation and then out of here before the elves arrive, or we do the elf trick and see if we can get them to inadvertently aid us. Any other options we have on the table?
Can't really see any other options.
A little part of me thinks, will they actually scour the whole city for us? They were unwilling to go into the town originally,
I can't
so
imagine.
maybe they still wouldn't.
I can't imagine they'd search every nook and cranny. No, not with the amount of goblins running around.
It's
Yes,
a shame.
yes, that wolf beast did eat a few of them, but not nearly enough.
Also dangerously good trackers. If they've sent some of their rangers, we need to be careful. They would likely be able to identify where we are. We need to leave them something.
I mean, I do have these boots, so I can always make it look like goblins have been entering this building. Potentially.
It's not a bad idea.
You could make it look like goblins have been entering this building and then use them to
Yeah.
make it look like we were entering the factory.
Exactly. I think that could be a plan. It stops them from looking in here if they just think it's just goblin tracks. If there's no sign of humans entering this building, then they might potentially leave it.
I guess there is a fourth option, but it's probably a little risky given what we know about the elves. And that's that we diplomacy.
Don't think they're willing to listen to diplomacy at this point, seeing as we tried to talk our way out of being interrogated, and that fell short.
But
We
we're not on their
also
turf this time. And we're in the middle of a war zone, essentially.
Yeah, we're not exactly on our turf either, so I
No.
still feel fairly weary about that option. It's good. I know you're pretty good talking, but
diplomacy would have been an option if it hadn't been for the fact that we vanished completely from their hold. And although we weren't the ones that caused the bloodshed, they can only assume it was us.
That's
yeah.
true.
So I feel like they're going to be very hostile if they are here for us.
Yes, that's a good point. False tracks option then?
I think so.
Give it a go.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option is to try and burn something down, but...
True.
Both coming over to my ways of thinking.
So,
No.
what's
You
the
both
plan?
suggested it now.
What's the plan?
So the plan is I'm gonna use the boots of false tracks to turn them into goblin tracks.
Yep.
If it's all possible.
Yeah, of course.
And whilst I'm walking around near the outside of the steeple, I'm gonna clear away as many tracks as I can of ours, so it just purely looks like goblins have been walking around the steeple.
You actually don't have any tracks as Pass Without Trace was cast, which makes it so you don't leave any tracks. The only tracks that would exist would be yours as you scouted the brewery.
Now that is actually probably all right then. Okay. I guess that's knowledge that Ash would have from the spell. You could.
Yeah,
guess,
I'll just say, you won't need to tidy up around here. All of our tracks leading up to the town and, well, lack of tracks leading up to the town, spell casting wise, caused them to disappear. So.
Well, that just leaves the tracks near the brewery that I placed when I scouted it out. So
Which
maybe
is actually quite advantageous.
it's kind of
Um,
worked quite well for us, actually.
I mean,
so-
we probably should try and put some tracks towards the entrance of the brewery, if there aren't already any there.
I don't think there's some goblin tracks.
Yeah.
I could always potentially leave like a red herring, almost. And
where's this conversation taking place? Sorry, is it in the
inside in the
in
chapel,
the altar? Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
think we
think
should
I
keep
think
it-
we're okay. I think we should. I think with the tracks that you've laid while scouting and the lack of tracks coming up here into this hiding spot, we should be all right. We just need
mean,
to
I
be
did-
careful, stay out of sight.
I did walk back into the chapel
Did you?
from scouting it out, so I guess I could clear those up and just
That
remove.
might be a good idea.
Yeah, I think I'll clear as much as I can near the steeple.
Okay.
I always forget. And obviously try and leave as much near the actual brewery as I can.
Right.
So then.
Okay, so I'm going to need a
footprints-
new stealth check off you. And then I'll ask for a survival check because that allows you to track tracks. And we'll see how you manage.
Okay. 4.
So, exiting
Okay.
out and heading up your way. You think you're doing decently, stealth-wise. Do you want to make a nature check for me?
Oh, it's nature. Okay.
Sorry, survival. No, survival. My bad.
Survival. 6.
Okay. You kind of lose track of your previous tracks as you head towards the brewery.
I'm just like looking around, like kind of just like I see one randomly, I'll just like wipe it away, and then I'm like,
As you're walking up the east side, 2 goblins round the corner and clock you.
oh shit.
They look a little unsteady on their feet, but you see them look at each other and look back at you.
I say,
And they go to
I
pull
shout
out
in
scabbards.
Goblin. I pull out my, I shout in Goblin, run! The wolf is back! And I start like pegging it in. Like,
Intimidation check.
oh crap. 19.
Come on.
One of them drops some swords and straight up sprints away. The other one doesn't.
Oh shit.
It looks at you, and then it runs off.
Oh no.
Oh no. Shit. Crap, I'm gonna run back.
As you're heading back, you notice the south side of the town is ablaze.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Okay.
Thick black plumes of smoke are emitting from the other end of the town, basically from where you are on the south side.
Okay. I'm run back into the steeple, and I'm just like, we've got 2 problems.
Okay, what's the first one?
First one, I got spotted by some goblins. I feel like I intimidated them enough to run away, but one of them seemed weird. The second one, however, where we came in from in the town, is now smoking.
It's not where you came in
So-
from, actually.
Yeah,
it's,
Where we came in from?
it's the south side
From
of
the
the town.
south
From the
side.
south side.
You
from the
came
south
in
side.
from the west. Yeah.
We came in from the west.
Can I run up the stairs and have a look from the top of the tower?
Yeah. Heading to the top of the tower. Let me check something. Okay. The plumes of smoke are emitting from the south. You can't see the cause of them as there's buildings in the way. The smoke does seem to be casting northwards though, and
Okay.
a kind of smoky fog is starting to pour over the area essentially. You do hear the sounds of goblins shouting at each other, but it's muffled and in the distance. You're not too sure what they're saying.
Oh crap. Okay.
It's possible the army that you saw or the group that you saw was not a goblin hunting party, but it was maybe an attack from a human settlement or maybe even the elf.
You mean
Maybe.
the party coming in from the south?
Yeah, I mean, the people of Falkreath even seemed pretty adamant that they wouldn't try to reclaim Bridget because there was nothing to gain. But if they're getting attacked enough, they might retaliate, or the elves might be attacked in a two-pronged fashion. They could have a bulk force moving in from the south and smaller party moving in from the west.
Potentially, it has been a few days. I don't know how many times Folksweaven has been attacked by the goblins.
I look at Ash and I was like, told you it was the more tactical out of all of us.
I kind of like, yeah.
What would you suggest we do then, Hans? You know more about tactics than, to be fair, me and maybe Ash.
We don't know anything about tactics.
I'd say that potentially our time is running shorter than we thought. We might need to make some decisive action on the brewery if we're going to get anything. If we're going to be able to deal with the Queen, try and get anything useful.
There seems to be, well, the fire seems to be causing some sort of commotion, from what I can hear.
That keep the bulk of the forces away from us, and
So potentially we can just storm the brewery while we can, right?
it depends on the value of the brewery. Like, do we care about killing the Queen, or do we think that there's something that actually aids our mission in the brewery?
I'd say it's most likely something in there that will aid our mission. Most likely.
We may need to move faster than we thought. The problem is we're not at our full strength, but we might just have to make do with what we've got.
We don't have to stay and fight as much as we can. We can always head in, see if we can grab anything we can, and then run. Maybe.
True.
That's true. We don't have to slay them all. We can run for it.
I'd say that if the opportunity to kill the Queen arises, we should take it.
To be fair, maybe with the makeshift fireballs that you can make with your oils, maybe we'll have an advantage.
Yes, if we see anything flammable, then we'll try and light the place up.
It could. Do we know if their slime's flammable?
I was about to ask, how flammable is the slime?
Yeah.
It's as flammable as salt water.
They're not very.
Crap.
It's the opposite of flammable. It'll put out fires.
Which means
But it
they'll be putting out that fire, I think.
Depends. If there's a pressurized vat or something that we could essentially blow up, then that might help bring the building down.
Yeah, it's a
It
brewery.
probably will be difficult to burn it to the ground.
You said there were chimney stacks, right, Zai?
Yes, there was two of them, and there was also some pipes at the back of the building as well.
There must be then, if there's chimney stacks, then that must mean that there must be some sort of furnace. So maybe we can overheat the furnace.
We might be able to.
Potentially.
Okay, objective 1. We need to see if there's anything that pertains to the Pallid Dancer or our main quest. That's our main objective. If we get the opportunity, we should kill the Queen for the betterment of this coast. Send the goblins into disarray.
And if we don't risk your lives.
Yes, I agree. It's a secondary. We need to get back on track with the Pallid Dancer. We need to find something that aids that mission. If we think that that's in the brewery, and I think there's a chance that it is, then we need to take that opportunity, and probably quickly. We don't have time to rest, unfortunately.
No, we don't.
So you guys are heading towards the brewery.
I believe so.
Yep.
Okay.
Would that long chat count as a short rest?
Yeah, well, you had a short
It
rest.
probably would.
You had more than a short rest.
as well
So.
when we came in.
Can I use my channel divinity out of battle to reclaim a spell slot?
What do you mean out of battle, sorry? Yeah, you
Like,
can. Yeah, anytime you want.
yeah.
Yeah, of course you can.
Would you like to have another short rest?
Yeah. I just keep taking a short rest.
Can do.
I'll just do that.
Okay, so exiting out of the temple, you open the doors to a haze of smoke, the smell of burning wood, and the sound of crackling in the distance, goblins shouting, and what maybe is the sounds of swords clashing. Heading to the north, you see in front of you the Pallid Dancer Brewery. It's double doors, almost invitingly shut in front of you. The building itself. How do you want to approach it?
Should we sneak in or should we barge in?
I think we should storm.
I think with the commotion going on, we should try and at least, I don't think they would expect anyone. I mean, apart from the goblins that saw me, hopefully they didn't really say anything in the building. But I think with the commotion going on, I think storming it would be more of a shock for them to see people here now than.
All right, ready yourselves.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah, I never get
Summon
to
my
do
glaive.
You approach the double doors.
Glaive in hand. Who's going in first?
Who's booting the door down?
Oh.
I've got my hand on the hand's shoulder, like ready to breach the building.
Okay, you head towards the door. You kick the doors open. How you guys doing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna boot them over.
You boot the doors open. It's
Yeah.
swing up wide. An orange light casts over. You hear the sound of jaunty music. As you look in the room, we will end there for this session.
Oh.
And we'll start with that next time. So, yeah. Good session, guys. We'll pick up there next week. Yeah.
Good work, everyone.
Yeah, it should be fun. This should be fun. This should be fun. Next session should be a good one. So, the pieces are moving on the board. Our heroes know not what surrounds them. What could it be? What could happen? Will they survive? Is there indeed goblins in this brewery? Probably. Find out next time. So yeah. So we're gonna head off. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so yet, consider following the channel. Then we're on every Tuesday playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, and we'll catch you guys next time. Ciao, ciao. Bye bye. Do. Ciao.